You are now tuned in
to Respect the DJ's podcast.
Hello, and welcome to Respect the DJ podcast. I'm your host, DJ Junebug, alongside DJ Khalid.
Yes, sir.
Today's guest's passion for music and natural ability to read the crowd desires. He has become a standout figure in the world of DJ and nightlife. A maestro of the turntable known for taking audience to a sonic journey. You may have seen him on Sway in the Morning or one of his doo-wop or crate party. Allow me to introduce himself to the one and only DJ A Fly Guy.
Thank you, DJ.
Welcome.
Appreciate being here. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
We know you had a long night last night
Yo.
or this morning.
Whatever it was, right?
Yeah, we in Miami, man. Miami special edition.
It's all mixed together into one already,
Exactly.
Well, we appreciate you being here with us today.
Nah, it's an honor,
You could
man.
be
Thank you,
sleeping, you
guys.
could be eating somewhere, some good food, but you're here with us. So
I appreciate that. And as soon as I saw the name of the podcast, I was like, oh, absolutely.
Thanks. We're
yeah, we appreciate that.
doing it for the DJs. You know what I'm saying?
that's
Doing it
it.
for DJs.
Culture,
No one's giving the DJs the platform, and we're actually ones that get everything started from the beginning.
Dope.
Without us, the DJs, it wouldn't be
Nothing.
Nothing.
No artists, no parties.
You know what I'm saying? No party,
no
nothing.
promoters.
Right, exactly.
No
one be
bartenders.
eating. We a lot of broke people out there.
There'll be a lot of broke motherfuckers out there
That's a
with
fact.
DJ.
That's a
Feed
fact.
a lot of people, but we'll go ahead and kick this off. So how'd you get your DJ name?
Well, I had the name Fly Guy before I became a DJ.
Okay.
Yeah, so actually, my boys and I in New York, we used to throw parties in D.C.
Okay.
So we would go down to D.C. every weekend, throw the party, go back to New York. And everybody in the crew had a nickname except for me. So the thing about our parties was we used to call them fashion monster parties because we so fresh and scary.
Okay.
Right. So one day, long story short, we decided to do a party where we would wear the top half outfit be a tuxedo, the bottom half, jeans, fitted hats, whatever. Right. So the girl who worked the door for us, when I got to the party to set up, she looked at me and she said, "My name is Rassan." She said, "Rassan, you know something? You're a very fly guy." And then the shit stuck. This is like 2007. And I was doing a blog at the time. Blogging was the thing.
Yeah, back then, right.
So I was like, damn, I need a name for the blog. And I'm like, oh, well, shit. She said, I'm a fly guy. I'll just use a fly guy as the name for the blog.
Right.
A year later is when I started DJing.
Okay.
So when I was like, well, I need a DJ name.
Just
I'm
ran
not,
with it.
I'm not about to be DJ Rassan. So
Right.
So I just went, I was like, I'll just use a fly guy. And then a fly guy, because when you search it, I wanted to come up first.
Gotcha.
In Google, on social media, all of that stuff. So I just kind of put the science behind it. Instead of like
using the analytics and the statistics and just using everything to be able to search.
No, that A separated them from a lot of other people.
No, absolutely, yeah.
Stuff
So
like
instead
that.
of the fly guy or just fly guy, it's like A. So
Right.
even sometimes promoters or stuff, where they put me on a flyer, like, do you want us to put a fly guy? So and now I'm like, you can just put fly guy. But in terms of like social media, search
want
engine
it. Absolutely.
optimization,
You want it the right way.
A fly guy.
Yeah.
That's
That's dope. The only thing is about having a name like that, it's a lot of pressure because you got to always be fly.
Now, I mean, but fly is, is all relative. It's subjective. Whatever's fly to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not what's fly to anybody else.
Right? No, absolutely.
You know
And that's
what
how
I'm
I feel.
saying?
You're
So-
comfortable with what you do, and that's all that matters.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I've been flying Foot Locker tees.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't
Walk
you
outside
could-
with a wife beater in shorts, he's a fly guy. I'm fly.
You could be fly in Target or Walmart
Exactly.
shit. It's all about how you put the shit together, really.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep.
The
Coordinate
price
those
tag-
colors.
Coordinate the colors. Price tags don't really matter. It's how you
Facts.
put the shit together, really.
Damn right.
The only thing I really spend money on, but I really don't, I kind of stopped on that, was my sneakers. I just go to the outlet. I'm beyond the fucking Jordans and shit like that. I did that shit before it was hype. There was lines and shit. Yeah. And I always tell people I got like 50 pairs of Jordans and I haven't worn them in like 10 years.
Damn.
So that shit.
Yeah, I know. I need to sell them. And I told the story last time, but what happened to me, why I stopped doing this, because I had these, I think it was some Spizikes or something like that I never wore for like 5 years, brand new in the box.
Wow.
I took them out the box one day. I was like, I'm going to wear these shits today. I took them out. The sole fell off.
Oh, shit.
I said, yeah, I'm done with this shit, yo. Yeah. Brand new pair, never wore them.
See, there were Timberlands that was shit when it happened.
And the sole ain't coming off that shit.
Meanwhile, I never had my first pair of Jordans until I was like 35. Never worn before. Like the way I grew
And they're
up.
not really that comfortable. Let's just keep it a buck.
They're not comfortable. But at least for me, and I only wear the ones.
Well, those are the ones that I still buy. It's the ones because they go with everything. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They changing up the colors. They not beating you in the head with the price.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. But all right, we going on my normal.
We getting Jordan too much more.
He ain't cutting us no fucking check. So, we already know pretty much how it started for you. But did anyone mentor you when you started DJing? Someone take you under your wing?
Kind of. Well, I have two older brothers, and they both DJ. So I kind of, as far as being a fly on the wall, like no pun intended, like I kind of sat back and watched them all growing up. I'm the youngest of three, so my eldest brother was actually editor-in-chief of The Source in the 90s.
Okay.
Dope. What's his name?
Selwyn Seyfu Hines.
Okay.
So that's my older brother. So him being a DJ at Princeton, and they had a rap group that he was also producing back then called the Punk Barbarians out of Long Island. So coming up as the youngest of three, and my middle brother Simeon and him rapping, like I started out rapping.
Okay.
Like that was my path.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah. So
We'll get back to that later on. To that.
yeah, we'll get there. I still make music today. So, in terms of just being a child of hip hop, just as the culture overall, it was like a natural kind of transition for me when I moved back down here from New York, trying to find like the hip hop scene, and it wasn't really one.
Right.
And a friend of mine I went to high school with out here suggested that I go check out this old school hip hop party because she knew 90s hip hop, 80s hip hop was my shit. So she's like, you should go check it out, just to kind of, make yourself feel better. Because I had just moved down here. My girl at the time was pregnant with my first daughter, and I really didn't know what I was gonna do, with life.
Yeah.
So
trying to find
there,
yourself.
trying to find a way. So I went. The party was called Classic Sundays. The spot called Love Hate, which was the guys that own Miami Ink. The TV show and the tattoo shop. So it was like a little bar on South Beach on Washington Ave between 4th and 5th. And I went and I met the DJs there, DJ Southbourne, DJ Johnny Walker Red, at the time he called himself, who came up with Funk Flex and the Big Dog Pitbulls.
Okay.
So Johnny used to open up at the Tunnel on Sundays. And I basically went maybe for like a month just to hang out. And then I told myself, I was like, if I'm on that stage, I bet I could move the crowd the way they move the crowd. And that what's kind of birthed my desire to want to start DJing professionally. And then from there, I just asked him if I could spin. And every Sunday for the next 3 years, I spun.
Spinning.
Yeah.
As long as you showed up, you had a spot. Dope. As long as you showed up there, you had a spot to
Oh,
spin
yeah.
at.
I mean, for a while, it was like the last 30 minutes in the night. So 4:30 a.m. to 5 a.m., but I waited all night. And then that turned into being able to open. So they would go home, like, take a nap or do whatever they do, and I'd be at the spot. And you gotta take a nap and shit before you start DJing.
Right.
So I get there. Actually, his name is Ferg Fresh now. Johnny Walker now goes by Ferg Fresh. But me, Ferg, and one of the managers would get there at like 9 o'clock, and basically we had to construct a stage every week inside the bar.
Wow.
Because it was their idea that the DJ should be on a pedestal on a stage.
Absolutely.
Because the way the DJ booth was there, it was like in a little cubby off to the side.
Right,
And you couldn't
right.
really see it. Like
Yeah.
it was like a dance studio upstairs, so it'd be like in this little cramped little area you couldn't even see. So credit to them for saying like, nah, the DJs here need to be seen. So there would be these boards on like top of a shelf that we would take down every week, and I would help hand screw it in, drill it in every Sunday, and then they would leave,
built that
go
platform.
home, and I'd be there, and I would open up at 10 o'clock. Yeah.
Do you remember what records were in your crates?
Back 2008, a lot of 90s shit. I mean, that's my wheelhouse. That's my, my go-to. So you can think like anything Lost Boys, anything Black Moon, Boot Camp, anything Jay-Z, of course, Nas, like all that 90s era shit.
Yeah.
Was
Remember the first vinyl you bought?
the first vinyl I bought.
Yeah, the first one.
See, I didn't, and that's the thing with me. Like, I didn't buy vinyl until.
Or maybe the first vinyl you picked up just because your brother had
I remember
it.
the first vinyl
Maybe your brother-
I had in my hands.
Right.
First vinyl I ever had in my hands was a gift from my mother in 1987, Christmas, Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet.
Okay.
That was the first vinyl I ever had. And then, my brothers, they had vinyl. So I would just go through their record collection.
right.
So you gotta understand, for me, I received a lot of hate and a lot of flack when I first started, because there was always the commentary about, oh, you never carry crates, so you're not a real DJ. You came in a Serato era, you're not a real DJ.
Right.
And I'm like, so, okay, when I started, I said, okay, if that's your perception of me, then what I'm gonna do is I'm only gonna use turntables and needles and slip mats and vinyl.
Right.
I'm gonna use Serato control records, and then you'll see why I have just the right to be a part of this culture as you do.
Right.
Because the opinions that I was receiving was kind of like how I looked at somebody like Soulja Boy when he started rapping. And you couldn't blame Soulja Boy for the year he was born and the era that he came into music. And I had to learn that through my own experiences in DJing and why you can't fault me for when I started.
When you was born.
what are you gonna? Not even that, because I'm 43. So I still, I could have been DJing at 16, but I wasn't. I was trying to rap.
Right.
So, but I'm still hip hop. I'm still a part of the culture. I'm still, an aficionado of the shit, honestly.
Right.
And I had to learn that through the years and say, well, what about somebody who is 19 right now and deciding to DJ right now? They're not going to buy vinyl necessarily. They coming into this game in a super technological era.
Yeah.
Right.
But as long as you have the foundational respect for the craft and the art form of it, it doesn't matter.
It's all about the respect. If you have the respect for the craft, and you can put that DJ in front of your name, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you're just going because, you know, oh, I saw that guy, I want to make money, or I want to be popular in school and become a DJ and get the laptop and download everything I've been buying for the past 40 years,
Right.
put that DJ stamp on your name, then that's what I say is wrong. But, you know, if you study the craft and stuff like that, like you did, then who are you to tell me I can't become a DJ?
Right.
Well, I can't put that DJ in front of my name.
Right.
Yeah, so I would say the same thing. Like people that they like, I want to start playing guitar. Most people that play instruments, they'll go back. They go study Jimi Hendrix. Yo, I want to learn how to play the American anthem. You know, the anthem. I want to know how to do the way he did it. You know, and I think if the younger generation started looking back on the history of the DJ and things like that, then I respect them because they're doing their due diligence, right? They're doing their homework. They're like, oh, who invented the first scratch? Who did this? I'm interested in it, not because I want to do.
I'm popular.
Right. I'm not making.
Not for the Instagram.
What was it that one that said? Hard hands? Finger hearts?
Finger hearts. Yeah.
Finger hearts, you know what I mean? And doing shit like that, you respecting the craft and you learn how to read the crowd and everything like that. So
that's why I think I was very fortunate to come up under the tutelage of the guys I came up under, like Self-Born and Ferg Fresh. And then the guy you talk about mentors, like the guy that I looked to try to emulate the most would probably be LS1, DJ LS1.
Okay.
You know, he's like a big brother to me in this game, in this culture. And to me, in my opinion, he's the best DJ I've ever seen with my two eyes rock a party. You know, like just in terms of his skill level, his mic presence, his showmanship, his knowledge of music. He's ambidextrous. Whatever he can do with his right, he can do with his left. And that always, to me, stood out amongst everybody else that I saw.
Right.
You know, so he's somebody, I shout out to LS1 as far as like inspiration and a mentor. Like he's someone I looked at like, yeah.
You mean my life easier and his life even better.
Absolutely.
Because now it's easier now to do your dedication.
yeah,
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
definitely.
Because when we're doing the editing of the podcast, I gotta call you, find out who it is, and then let him know and then do research.
Oh,
Put it together. Yeah, make sure we got our ducks in a row.
LS1 he was that dude, man. He was, among other things, DMX's DJ.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then he was Onyx's DJ first, then DMX, then Young Buck. So he's definitely,
Put his time in,
Brooklyn represent,
Yeah, definitely.
Legend.
You from Brooklyn too, right?
Yeah. I was born in Guyana.
Guyana, okay.
GT Massive.
GT Bana, you know, so.
Yeah, my wife is Guyanese. So,
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's dope.
Part of my left, yo. Part of my
No
left.
doubt, yeah. I'll be in Guyana DJing November 4th. Actually.
Nice.
Yeah. It's like their version of Summer Jam.
Okay.
Yeah, in Guyana. So me, Bounty, Killer, Serrani, Popeye Caution. There's like 7 more artists on it.
That dope little lineup.
Yeah.
Dope little lineup.
How long you there for?
I'll be there 4 days.
4 days, okay.
Yeah, 4 days.
Is it a 1-day festival or
It's a
like
two.
week?
It's a 2-day festival.
festival?
But every time if I go that far, like I like to have a couple, especially in Guyana. Like
Right.
that's home. So
Yeah, make sure you get your bakes and sawfish.
Oh, of course, yeah.
You know, you're not going in town for the pepper pot, but
You
might be
know
able
how
to
pepper,
get a little something.
you,
know what I
you
mean?
married the right woman.
Yeah,
you got your pepper pot.
all that shit. We got all that. You know, roti.
Oh
all
shit,
that.
yeah.
You eat that? What's that? This the ugliest fish in the world, yo. Hassa. You eat
Hassa,
that?
no, I don't eat hassa.
Yo.
Nah. But my family
Yeah.
curry hassa and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
No.
that shit is
I don't
ugly.
even, I can't even. The smell of that shit is
Wait,
crazy.
yo, my mother-in-law makes that shit. I look in the pot. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh
nah,
man, like why you making this? But
Look
my
like
wife, they love that shit.
like piranhas. Look like
That's
you eat
exactly what it
piranhas.
looked like. Yeah.
It's crazy.
And they small fish too. Anyways, getting flash.
I'm getting hungry anyway.
No,
peanut butter and jelly sandwich we had this morning?
yeah, they ain't,
ain't
holding
working
us
right
up
now.
Damn. So, at what age was it when you transitioned from
Promoter,
rapping?
right?
From
promoter
rapping?
first, right? It was a promoter first, all right?
Nah, me a promoter.
Wasn't you doing like the
So
with
you
your
was doing the
friends?
fashion killer
The
party?
fashion killer party? What's that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
Was it
I really
promoted?
wouldn't
No,
say I
it
was a
wasn't.
promoter. You
Okay.
know, like we were just young,
Having a
you know,
good time.
Having a good
having
time.
a good time.
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
man,
okay.
Just fly niggas that just wanted to do a party.
Do parties.
My man Scotty.
That's promoters.
I
you
mean,
know
I
what I'm
guess,
saying?
you know,
And
I
that,
just
during,
didn't know it.
During that time, you didn't know it though.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
wasn't,
we
you know what I'm
didn't
saying?
call ourselves
The
that,
word,
I
the word
guess, yeah.
promoter wasn't really
The word, it
existing.
wasn't around
Right,
yet.
right,
It really
right.
wasn't a thing yet. Like,
Right.
my man Scotty, he went to George Washington Law School, so that's how we all ended up in DC. Me, his brother, a couple other homies, his roommate. So that became, it was like a 5-man clique and we would just go down there, and he met with somebody who had a relationship with a venue and decided to do a party there, and then we just all kind of tagged along and just my thing was always more about branding and marketing something,
Right.
And I guess marketing something is like promoting something, but in a cool way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of like passing out flyers, that's promoting something. But if you make something cool and appealing to your audience, that's like promoting it too, but just in a different way.
Well, nowadays, the promoter, he's not even passing nothing now. He's
sitting on the
doing
couch.
this.
Yeah.
Or having somebody else passing stuff out.
Yeah, exactly.
Sit on the
So,
couch.
but I was 28 when I came back down here. Yeah, and that's when the DJ career started. So now this year has been celebrating 15 years as a professional.
Yeah, congrats
So
on
in your
that.
household, I know you said your older brothers were in the music business. What was playing in the background music-wise in the household?
I mean, anything you can think of hip-hop wise, from X-Clan to
I'm sure you
Snoop.
heard some exclusive with your brother being at the Source.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
You know
My
what I mean?
cousin over there, he can tell you, hearing Reasonable Doubt before it came out, hearing everything, like just being up in the office in the summertime, because he's 9 years older than me. So when we moved down here, the first time was 88. And he only came for 6 months, and then he left and ended up going back up north to school. So when he was at the Source, my summer vacation, I would go up there and hang out with him.
Dope.
And that's when I met Riggs and then Carlito, so that's when they had Carlito's Way, like the Unsigned Hype and all that. So you would always get like the exclusives first, and then when they started doing How Can I Be Down?
Yep.
Used
We
to
came
come
down
out.
for that. Yeah.
Yeah. So he used to be down there. Actually, funny story. I actually tried to battle Rock from Helter Skelter. Like I just walked up to him in the hotel lobby, like, "Yo, I want to battle you," and I'm 15, and he looked at me like, "Fuck out my face."
fucking
that was
you.
the aggression that I had as a young MC. So,
You had to be.
yeah.
You had to be.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So are you the sole creator of doo-wop and the crate parties?
No, me and my man Mike Gardner, we're the co-creators of that.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's we started with doo-wop. This is now our third year.
Okay.
Third year.
Which is a
doing
dope party. Was there last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. All R&B.
Dope vibes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Singing
and-
my ass off. And
Exactly.
I can't sing.
He was
That's
in
the
the
thing,
shower.
right?
He thought he was in the shower.
That's the thing. It's like we create an experience and a vibe where you even shocked that you
Yeah.
find yourself singing
I was
along.
2-stepping, 3-stepping, 4-stepping, stepping over myself. I don't give
Yeah,
a
nah,
fuck.
it's good because you get to hear songs that I normally would listen to, and I like to hear my music loud, especially if it's a song that I enjoy.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that caliber of music is music I enjoy.
Right.
And it's good to hear it. I like to stand in front of the speaker, so I stood there. That's why I was staying there.
Yeah.
Because I want to feel it. You know, and that's music that you feel, especially
Feel it.
that era of R&B music.
We
you
made,
know what I mean?
there's a lot of people born now because of us playing that shit back then.
Back then, yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a slow jam mix I did on SoundCloud, and it got I think 200,000 plays. And
wow.
and I was telling my wife not too long ago because I check every once in a while to see the plays, and I said I wonder how many babies I made during COVID. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let me tell you.
I said nobody better try to hit me up for no fucking child support from this shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? But nah, great party, great vibes.
Thank you.
You know,
Definitely.
great music.
We say about it like when we say it's really all R&B, we really mean that shit, because a lot of times you'll have R&B parties, quote unquote, but then at some point they're gonna deviate from the program.
Yeah, they
right?
still
And
play
like,
some
They have to
hip-hop.
play hip hop, or they're
Right.
gonna go to Afrobeat,
Right.
or they're gonna do something else.
Right.
But we prided ourselves on keeping to the format. And now the people that have been supporting it for going on 3 years now, they expect that. So even when if a guest DJ comes in and plays hip hop, the crowd is gonna be like, nah, what you doing? Like, nah,
you
this
want spot,
this
right.
ain't that.
Yeah.
So we keep it where it's like anything could be from the Jackson 5 to Chris Brown and anything in between, all R&B and soul music.
Right.
So we really try to, give people a broad spectrum of that genre, and I
And
think
your,
it's worked.
and your crate parties is the opposite? Or?
The Crates is the hip hop version
Okay.
of doo-wop.
Okay.
So you're not gonna get any R&B at Crates.
Okay.
So really what you get is like more like the B-sides of hip hop. So
Yes.
you'll get
Yes.
some Helter Skelter. You'll get
right.
if you're gonna get Jay-Z, you'll get like 22 twos instead of
Right.
Hey Poppy or
Right,
something.
right,
You know what I mean? Like
not,
just-
not the radio play.
exactly.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So
Or
it's
the
really
mixtapes, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Right.
it's
They're more
like
the
more like a
mixtape
mixtape feel.
stuff.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So
right.
and like this Friday,
Well, let me know where I can submit my demo so I can come down here and be a guest for the R&B shit. Preferably, I like that. I'm a hip hop DJ too, but I'm a hardcore R&B head.
Yeah. Nah, it's been beautiful. It's been a beautiful run. We've been on tour with it, for about a year and a half. And we actually go to Dallas next week with Neo.
Okay.
We've been
For doo-wop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've done Vegas, Atlanta, Orlando twice, Charlotte, We've done Dallas already, Houston, New Orleans, Los Angeles, and now we're going back to Dallas next week. Yeah, so it's been, and it's good to see that on the road and like people really gravitate.
Yeah, it's different crowds.
Right. So you mentioned COVID earlier. COVID hit you hard, didn't it?
Oh, I think it hit all of us hard.
I know.
But,
I mean,
yeah, COVID,
I was catching up on your stories and stuff like that. And
COVID definitely fucked me up. You know, financially, mentally. Yeah, it was bad. I mean, right before we started, I was gonna tell you guys another reason why I wanted to do this, and when I saw the name, is because in addition to DJing, I do photography.
Right. I know that.
So I just completed my largest photo exhibition to date. It ran for 6 months, and it was at the History Miami Museum here.
Right. Congrats on that.
Thank you. It was all about COVID, like the effects of COVID on the world, on the city of Miami, right? The next extension of that, what I'm working on now for Art Basel this year, is an exhibition dedicated to DJs.
Wow.
So it's all photographs of DJs that I've taken around the country, but they're all portrait shots.
Oh, dope.
So instead of like it being a picture of somebody spinning, it's just you looking right at the camera with your eyes.
Right.
Because what I'm doing now is I'm humanizing the position of the DJ to the public, right?
Right.
To say, as artists, as DJs, as entities, how were we impacted by COVID and how we come out of it, how we bounce back, even if you bounce back, because I know some DJs who haven't.
Right.
I know some DJs that were more busy than me when COVID hit, and now they've gone and got day jobs because they were not able to recover. And get back to working like how they were, you know, BC was before COVID. So the exhibition is called BPM. Beats, Photos, and Masters.
And when that's opening, you said?
Art
Basel.
Yeah.
Art Basel?
Thursday,
December, right?
December 6th, yeah.
I'm trying to come out of that weekend. So
That'd be dope, yeah.
I'll keep you informed on that as well.
So that's eventually it's going to turn into a book and a documentary. Because I want to say 80% of the DJs I photographed so far, I have a conversation with them and I film it. And I take a piece of what they said and I use and I transcribe it. So when you see their image, you'll see something that they said from their perspective next to their name. The QR code that you scan, that's going to take you whether to their website or Instagram or whatever, so that you can learn about them. So it's like really saying, let me say, okay, the public, you know, you go to parties, but you really don't pay attention to who the DJ is, and you don't even really respect us as artists, as craftsmen or craftswomen or whatever.
That's the problem.
But now you're going to learn how we're able to compartmentalize our traumas, our addictions, our vices, the things we go through just to make you feel good for 2 hours and not even realize what we're dealing with mentally or psychologically. You know what I'm saying? So when you talk about COVID, like I put a gun to my head on Instagram Live during COVID, on Instagram Live, like right here.
Yeah.
Because that's some shit I was going through. And
mentally, I mean, it took a
toll. Yeah, absolutely. Even still to this day.
Right.
But the part of what led to that day or that thing happening was DJing at a venue on the last day that it closed and feeling like I don't have anything left.
What's left?
You know what I'm saying? Because that you know, when you DJ, that's your outlet, that's your therapy, that's your you know. And it was the one.
No matter what's going on, when you go to that club, it's all shut off, and you're
Yeah.
focusing on that crowd.
And that place itself was the one place, because I DJ a lot of different kinds of events, a lot of different rooms, as we call them, a lot of different audiences. But that one in particular, I didn't have anybody telling me what to play. I could really be free musically to do whatever I want. So to have that snatched from me, I was like, really, I have nothing left. You know, and that's what kind of, I mean, I'm not in that space, anywhere near that space today like I was 2 years ago. But I like to share that with people so that people can understand, like, the shit is really deep.
No, it is deep.
It gets deep, you know, and the things that people might not even realize, like how we are affected by it, by this culture, and not being able to, you know, do our art form and our craft.
Well, it's great that you could talk about it, because that's therapy in itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then there's people that feel like us that are not talking about it, don't know who to talk to, might be scared, because when you talk about things like that, you're vulnerable. You know what I mean? So it's great that you're doing something like that and giving people an outlet. Like, damn, you know, he felt the same way I felt. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I mean, I've always been a big mental health advocate, you know, and even in my music, you know, I'm very vulnerable in my music. So I'm accustomed to being that way. I learned that from my older brother, the same one from the source, because he's written books, he's published books. And in his books, his first book, actually, he opened up a lot about our family dynamic and how he grew up and things that I didn't even know about because I'm 9 years younger than him. And I'm learning about things that he went through, and I'm like, shit,
You didn't know that, right,
you two
right.
bedrooms down from me. I didn't even
Right,
know that shit happened. Like,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So in terms of vulnerability, that's something that I got from him, and being able to say there's strength in opening yourself up.
Right.
Now, the flip side of that coin is you also open yourself up to scrutiny and judgment and all that stuff. But if you can have a thick enough skin to deal with that, the other end of that is being able to be a voice for the voiceless, being able to inspire somebody, maybe, or let somebody say, okay, well, if the perception of me, whatever, on social media is one way, but I'm able to talk about these things that maybe I can too. Maybe I can share some of my pain or my worries or my fears or whatever, and I can find help. Like that's always like the goal for me, is to try to help somebody else, even if it's indirectly.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like this platforming. I mean, people think, again, we don't get respect as a DJ, but we actually people.
Exactly.
We got stories.
Exactly.
We have a life.
Yeah.
We don't just go to a nightclub and it's all about just the
Popping
DJ and the
bottles
girls
and
popping
shit.
bottles.
Yeah.
It's not about the girls, the bottles. It's about life.
Yeah.
That's, we go to make sure you, the person who's coming to our events, are keeping your mind free for those hour, 2 hours, or even 5 hours of that night. So you're not worrying about that problem, that bill you're going home to. And at the end of the day, when people see these podcasts, the younger DJs that want to become a DJ, they realize that it's not just about a party,
Right.
Or being that main person on Instagram.
Yeah, it's not all glamour and glitz.
Glamour, right.
We talked
Not
about
at
it with Effect yesterday.
Oh, my guy.
Yeah, we spoke with him, and I was like, I tell my wife, asks me all the time, because sometimes I take a hiatus from DJing because the mental toll it takes
Yeah,
on you. And
yeah.
I tell my wife, like, a lot of times being a DJ, you're lonely. You drive by yourself. You fly by yourself. You eat by yourself because you got to eat before you get
Gotta
there.
eat before you work.
Right. A lot of these things. But when you coming home overnight, sun's coming up, you're by yourself. You know what I mean? You spend so much time alone that it can get to you.
Right.
You
Missing
know what I mean?
family as well.
Missing
too.
family, you're missing time.
Missing birthdays. All that stuff.
Right. Holidays, because DJs work on holidays, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And all these things that are valuable, as you get older, they become more valuable. Your time, how you spend your time, what your time is worth. Yeah. All that definitely becomes more valuable. But it's not all glamour and glitz being a DJ.
Right.
I wanna share something with y'all real quick. Hold on. Since we kind of getting a little, I'm gonna share this with y'all real fast. We are more than just entertainers. We bear heavy loads emotionally and mentally that we compartmentalize nightly in order to make a few hundred people forget about their worries while we struggle with our own. Bad eating, no good rest. Drinking and drug coping mechanisms, delays in money owed, no 401k, no health insurance, racism and prejudice, verbal abuse. The list goes on while we just smile and focus on the next birthday shout out. DJ life.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's a piece of the BPM, my BPM exhibit. Yeah.
Dope.
Because that'll be on the wall when you walk in.
Right. That's very nice.
You know?
Yeah, we already had plans to come to Art Basel, but you just solidifying it more.
Exactly.
now.
Yeah.
Oh, appreciate it. Yeah.
So on the flip side, that you recently went to the Jay-Z exhibit.
Yes. Book a hole.
I went to. It's beautiful. It's so inspiring.
Let me ask you this: Are on a scale of 1 to 10? How much of a Jay-Z fan are you both?
He's on my top.
Yeah, he's in my top.
top.
He's definitely in my top.
More of the old Jay-Z than the new Jay-Z.
That was gonna be part B of my question. Like, you a blueprint Jay-Z or a reasonable, or like original flavor Jay-Z fan? Like
From original flavor to about maybe
Black Album.
Black Album. What's after Black Album? What's the fourth? What's
Kingdom Come, which was
Kingdom Come?
awful.
Yeah, I think
And then,
I think
American
Black
Gangster.
Black Album.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have my.
That's my gap.
I do, but there are some newer songs that I do like of his. Nothing like my favorite Jay-Z song. Show You How to Do This.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because he's talking shit.
Yeah.
You know
little
what I
in
mean?
the baggy, little.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
One of one. None before it.
None to
come.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the Jay-Z I like. Marcy, shit like that. But Dear Summer, which wasn't on his album, was on Bleak's album.
Right.
But I'm a Jay fan. I'm a hip hop fan. I'm a fan of. So I can't really put a top 5 because I love Mobb Deep.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but put it so when it came to the Jay-Z and the Nas beef, I was on Jay-Z.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't care how
too.
good
Yeah,
Ether thing was.
Yeah, I was.
I
Too.
was on Jay-Z.
Ether was a good track.
It was a good track.
It was good.
It was good, but Takeover was better.
Well, remember, the battle wasn't Takeover and Ether.
Right, it
was
wasn't.
Ether and
It's
Super Ugly.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
you know what I mean?
But
So
still, he
that
continued. But he still continued with
They
the-
confused that a
Right,
lot,
right,
yeah.
right.
Super Ugly.
Right, Super Ugly.
That's
Super
why he
Ugly.
lost the
Right.
battle because
Yeah,
he
he rushed
battled
it.
with Super Ugly.
Yeah, he
not
rushed it.
Takeover.
He rushed it Super Ugly.
Yeah. Nah, he was emotional with that one.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Nah, Jay's my favorite rapper, man. So just being in the book of Hov was like I got chills walking through there. Like it was.
I filmed everything. I read everything. He went with me. K went with me, and I was there for a couple hours. Like it's
Yeah,
so
take your time, yeah.
inspiring just to see how where it started from until now. Like it's just.
It's
crazy.
like one I saw. You went also. You saw it.
No,
No,
I
yeah,
haven't
yeah,
gone
yeah.
yet. I
I
got
don't know
plans
if I
to
want
go.
to give
yeah.
any spoilers and shit.
No,
Yeah,
that's
I
good.
mean,
It's cool.
that's cool.
It's already all over the,
well, you know,
IG
you're right.
and everything. Yeah.
Because they had allowed us, you know, my cousin JT with me. They allowed us to take my camera in there, so they kind of like looking at us like, "Who do you guys film for?" or whatever. And I'm just like, "Oh, it's a school project," like you know. But
I did the GoPro.
yeah, I had like one of these, like a Sony, like an A73 in there, right? And so we going through in the different rooms and everything, and we get to the white room,
Okay.
and I look inside the case, and I see the DAT tape for "Can I Live."
Oh, that's
Like
yeah,
the DAT.
absolutely.
Like if you know you're a young artist out there, you recording music, like you
Right.
gotta understand like the era we come from in the studio was like ADATs and then DATs.
DATs,
Like
right,
when you
yeah.
go do a
Now,
show,
you think
your
that
show
stuff
was on a DAT
You think
tape.
all that stuff was actual, just prop stuff, or actually?
No, because
I won't.
I don't-
Just
I don't know.
Blaze was there when they was setting everything up.
Okay.
Yeah, he was actually
Even the studio and everything?
Everything.
Everything? Okay.
And then what's his name? Guru.
Okay.
They wanted to make sure that bass line looked exactly how it was
Yeah.
when they were there.
Yeah, I think that's all that they.
The samplers, everything is
there.
their is that that's their stuff. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like everything is it's official.
The ill shit is I didn't even know that that Jay didn't know about it. It was a surprise to him. He didn't know that
Oh,
that
wow.
was being made.
Wow.
Yeah, so a good friend of mine, he has a plant-based restaurant in Flatbush, Mike Nichols. It's called Aunts and Uncles. His friend, this white woman, is the designer of the exhibition.
Okay.
So she's the architect behind it. She laid it out and designed it. So she told him that Jay didn't know about it. They just took him there one day, and he gets you see what it is right on
yeah.
Grand Army Plaza. He
Yeah,
gets
yeah.
out the car and he's like,
Yeah.
"The fuck is this?"
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
sees like his lyrics on
lyrics
the wall and
wall,
everything. Yeah,
The video in the middle.
yeah. He had no
It's-
idea it was coming. So that when I heard that, I was like, "That's super ill."
Yeah.
No,
That
it's
was
very,
amazing.
especially the in the video room when they go through the not the first video, the second video in the back. When you
I didn't go. So I got on FaceTime with my man Mike Gardner and was telling him about it, and I totally forgot to walk through the back.
back door, yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm gonna go back and that with no camera and actually just literally take my time
Right,
with it.
right.
Because I was like, damn, I feel like we forgot to
Right,
go
right. Because
somewhere.
in the main room is the one with he's sitting down with the older lady, and she doesn't know who he is, and he tells her stuff like that. I think she says something about, so you're popular, right? So that she says something.
Yeah.
Because it's so beautiful, like like inspiring, beautiful all at once, stuff like that.
Yeah.
He starts laughing in that video, right? Like
Yeah,
he's
yes,
like he giggles,
yeah.
like yeah.
Yeah,
They were on a train.
On the train.
On the train, yeah.
On the
And then he
train.
was like, I'm Jay-Z. And she said, oh, I know who you are.
Yeah, she just chilling. Yeah, she don't care. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
another person for her, which it probably felt good for him because he's always being hounded. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I used to intern at Def Jam Rockefeller in 2000. So being in the Universal building, at that time it
Who
was
you intern for? Rob Love?
Angelique, Randy Acker.
Okay,
Randy
Acker.
and Angelique, Tyson Davis, Tina Davis's younger brother, and
Yep.
he actually was trying to get me signed there. So that time period for me, like 2000, 2001, I was really trying to like get my rap shit on. And so just to be in that building, you had Def Jam, Rockefeller, Universal, Island Music, Murder Inc. It was another label and I can't remember, but you would see, Meth come in one
Yeah,
day,
you see
then you see
everybody.
like Jay
I used to run
outside one day.
I used to run rampant through them hallways. Just go through those stairs to go, and I used to go up to
Yeah.
Murder Inc. or go up to
Yeah.
Rockefeller
Yep.
and shit. Yeah,
Yep.
I used to run crazy.
50th
through
floor, yeah.
Get that vinyl.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because I was from Florida. I wasn't like, I think it was every Friday they would give out vinyl or something like that. I forgot what day of the week to the DJs in New York. But being that I was from out of town, any day I could go up there. So I would call, Rob, like, yo, Rob, I'm in town, I'm downstairs. All right, I'm gonna let them know to let you upstairs. So I used to just go chill in his office all day, have lunch or whatever it is, and then just walk through the hallways.
That was such a beautiful time, and
was crazy. It was crazy in there.
man. Like when hearing I just remember hearing Beanie Siegel's "The Truth" playing every day because it was on, like it was just about to drop, and I didn't know at the time. I think Kanye had did that beat, and you know, like the Dynasty had just come out. This Can't Be Life was the first Kanye record I heard. Like just hip hop in that little four record label family, like Def Jam, Universal, Rough Riders, Murder Inc.
Right.
That was a time, yo. Like 2000, 2001, 2002.
Yeah, they ran hip hop. They were the label.
Ran that shit.
Yeah, there was everything was coming out of there was hits.
Yeah, yeah.
At that time.
So you say you was rapping before, or you still rapping?
Still, I still put out music independently to this day. You know, because it got to a point where I was like, even here, you know, years ago, trying to go to the radio station and like get your record played and all that, and then you know having to learn the business of radio and how they looked at independent artists and said, you know, I remember I had a meeting. I won't say which station it was, but basically went up there to get a record played, and this is not that long ago. It's like maybe 5-6 years ago, in the midst of the hype of my DJing, right?
Okay.
Still trying to,
Right.
you know, do my artist thing. And they're like, okay, well, we have these 11 songs that have to get played in an hour and a half. So why are we going to take out this Rihanna song and put yours in? Because the people who are paying us for ads, they're not going to like that because they might change the listener might change the station and go to something else because they're not hearing Umbrella. They're hearing, you know, like, so it was like once you take your ego out of the equation and you understand the business aspect of it, it was like, okay, well, that aspect of the independent artist route is not for me. I'm just gonna create my art and put it out myself, and whoever, you know, comes across it, great, because I feel there's an audience for everybody.
Absolutely.
You know, so
Yeah, and don't sit on it. Put the shit out.
yeah, and that's the other thing.
Don't
too,
be
like,
calling you sit on it.
Yeah, it's not gonna. Even if it makes you an extra $200-300 extra quarter, it's better than in every quarter. Then it's better than it's sitting in your hard drive not making you anything.
and that's my approach to it. Like I don't sit on shit. Like I make it, put it out. Go to the next project, put it out. So every year I would like put something out on my birthday, which is in May. So now I'm actually back in the process of starting to work on the next project, so that by the time May comes around next year,
You have parties you could play your music.
There are times I have, but that's always it's like a thing with like my man Mike Gardner, again from Headliner. You know, he's always been trying to get me to like play my music for years. But again, like I said, there being an audience for everything, I don't necessarily make the type of music that works in a party.
Right.
It's deeper than that. You know, it's more introspective.
Right.
You know, I try to say I label it as adult contemporary hip hop, like it's grown man rap. You know, so it's not something to be played in a club. It's something for you ride in the whip, you by yourself, or you know, you got the headphones on, you somewhere on the train, wherever you're at. It's that kind of intellectual, you know, content. It's not party music or club music, you know. So just to give you a context of who I am as an MC,
Right.
Because it's still at the foundation of all this shit. I'm an MC first, DJ second,
Yeah.
you know, photographer third.
Conscious hip hop.
Yeah.
Okay. So since you play the both field of hip hop, of promoter and DJ, what's more important?
I hate saying promoter. I just
don't
can't
grasp
think.
it?
Yeah,
You can't
can't
grasp
grasp it. Yeah, yeah. It's just anything.
It's because you see what I described promoter before.
I
as
guess
a person who's on their phone and.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when I got into the business, I said that I wanted two things. I wanted to make the craft or the art form of DJing or the persona of it a sex symbol to women.
Okay.
I wanted women to come see me play because I knew if the women come see me play, the men are gonna follow. The men are gonna buy the women drinks. The bar's gonna make money. The venue's gonna be happy. I'm gonna continue to have work. Right. So when I broke it down to that science, that was like, okay, I'm gonna do this in kind of that direction, but still with the foundational appreciation of the craft of the whole shit and do it at the highest level. So I think over the past 15 years, I've been able to merge the two so that anything that I am affiliated with that I'm DJing at, I'm gonna promote the hell out of it.
Right.
But I've never been a promoter.
So what do you think is more important, the promoter or the DJ?
Nobody will ever be more important than a DJ. I don't think. But the promoter is a strong second. You know, because you gotta have people in the bodies in the building.
Right.
You know, but
Do you think that DJs bring the bodies to the building?
Of course. I mean,
and keep them there as well.
Again, like I said, you know, if you put my name on a flyer, people are gonna come.
Right.
You know,
Not only coming, they're also gonna keep them there too.
I had to work to get to that level. So same thing with a promoter. Promoter, you know, puts his company name on a flyer and said, "Oh, that's who's doing the event. we're going because we can expect a certain level of,
Right.
of
You already know
experience.
the, you already know
right.
the caliber.
Right.
Of-
Yeah.
Right.
It might be
Yeah.
a dress code. It might be the venue. You know,
Which we had to come about your damn hat.
Oh, right. So we can know.
Yeah.
I want to make sure. Because if we go, like, I'm the type of person, if you say come through, you good. When I show up, I'm saying your name, I'm representing you.
Right.
So I was like, yo, June, hit him up, make sure I can wear a hat. Because I don't want to go there and I'm like, yo, I'm here, fly guy sent me, whatever it is. Oh, but you can't come in because you got a hat. Because I already look crazy. Because I'm like, I'm trying to just because I'm saying your name, I'm trying to take advantage of the situation.
Right.
That's not how I roll. You know what I mean? So I was like, yo, if I got to slick
Comb
my
my
hair,
hair.
comb my hair, you know what I mean? I got to take the fitted off, or, you know, whatever it is, and I got to do it. But
Nah.
I got lucky. I was able to win my fitted. So
Yeah. And I think that, it's a good marriage between the promoter and the DJ, right? And, I've had the benefit of being with probably the most powerful promotion company in the country, Headliner Market Group. Like, that's my gardener. Again, like, that's who I've been affiliated with for a decade now. That's Live on Sunday. That's the pinnacle of the club party life, and that he's been doing that party every Sunday for the past 15 years, which is unheard of
Right.
in nightlife.
Right.
And to be maintaining or continue like on an ascension,
Right.
you know,
It's not down
like
falling,
that
right.
does not happen
yeah,
anywhere.
it's been like a always.
Like that's the one party in the country, damn near the world, arguably, that every celebrity, or at least in hip hop, R&B, even in EDM, like they want to be in that building. They want to be on that stage. They want to be in that venue. So when you talk about experiences, like what he's been able to curate, for 15 years, like people now know what to expect from a headliner party.
Right.
So now when that translates to doo-wop and crates, and we're now in partnership with each other, they know what to expect from the promoters
Right.
standpoint and from the musical standpoint. And that's why it's such a good marriage.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, we had fun and do up. I can't wait to actually visit your crate parties because I'm a big hip hop.
Yeah.
He's more R&B, I'm more hip hop.
Like we got Method Man this Friday.
Right. I seen that. I seen that.
Yeah. So, again, that goes with, Mike's reach and,
Right.
and level of
Relationships.
relationships,
The reach is long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, to have Method Man like as the after party for the Nas Wu-Tang concert, it doesn't get better than that.
So they're here on next Sunday
It's Friday.
or Friday.
It's
'Cause
Friday.
I'm going to Jacksonville party, and then they're in Tampa on Sunday, I think.
Yeah.
It's something like that.
They're in
It's-
Tampa, they're in Tampa Sunday.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And Method Man never comes to Miami, and if he does, it's not at a party.
Right.
But now, we did it where, a couple hundred tickets free for people to come get there early, it goes into the whole experience of also trying to, show some appreciation for the people that have been supporting the event. So we'll put up free tickets, for a while, and then, they usually go, like that, 200-300 people get the free tickets early, and then, goes from there. But just even doing that alone, because people know that they can expect a high caliber of experience when they come to our events.
Yeah. Dope. So speaking about that, who was the first promoter to hit you up and give you your own event after you was doing the
My own. It wasn't a promoter, but I remember when I was promoting. That's gonna be hard for me to fucking let that go. 2011, I created this event called Recess, and it was on the rooftop of the Clevelander Hotel.
Okay.
And it was a weekly Saturday old school hip hop party. So the party that I started DJing at, Sunday nights, Classic Sundays, I was doing that every Saturday in the daytime. And nobody really knew me back then, but people would get word of mouth. And all the main promoters in the business, they would come there and hang out during the daytime, and then they would go do their club parties at night. So I was being able to get money to DJ. I was getting money off the bar, off the food, so that was like my first taste of marketing an event.
Right.
More so than just being somebody who came in the building and played the music.
Right.
So that and I was able to feature a different guest DJ every week. Like Effect played that party.
Okay.
Like I did it for 8 months straight, and every Saturday I had a different DJ.
Dope.
And actually the first DJ I had was Ninth Wonder at the very first one.
Okay.
Yeah, which is crazy because I just DJed with him last week in New York at the US Open. And I hadn't seen him since. And that was 12 years.
Yeah. It just happens like that sometimes.
Yeah, it was
Just
crazy.
be like that.
Yeah.
Is there a promoter from when you first started that still books you to this day? You still have relationships with?
Yeah, Ingrid B, my homegirl Ingrid, she does like the best spoken word poetry events out here. She's the one who gave me a chance early on, and she'll still book me nowadays. And But now, like, I won't let her pay me. Like, I'll just do it for free because it's the relationship.
Right.
Listen, promoters come and go.
Yep.
In this business, so it's very rare that you have somebody like a Mike Gardner who's been able to sustain for 20 plus years in the business. Because people, you know, they get into the business, they do it for the wrong reasons, but the wrong intentions, and they don't last, or they get lazy. You know, they don't really execute. Execute.
They get
They
complacent.
don't want to become DJs.
Yeah, or something.
They want but they get complacent too. They're like, I'm here now.
Right.
I made it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you always gotta keep reinventing yourself. Because maybe every 4 years the crowd changes.
Every 4 4 years there's a new
New generation
regime of
coming
people,
through.
you know, graduating college or getting into college, or people moving here from other states. You know, it's always a turnover in Miami. Like that's the difference in being a DJ here or being a DJ in like Idaho or some shit. Like it's so transient here. There's always new people, new crowds, new cultures. Not new culture, but you know, a refreshing of cultures,
Right.
of energy. So you always got to be able to, you know, stay on top of things.
So how many nights a week are you booked right now?
It fluctuates. Right now, I don't even say I'm booked like weekly, because I'm in and out of town so much. So like, you know, doo-wop is once a month at Racket, and then we do it once a month at the Urban. Crates is once a month at Racket, once a month at the Urban. The Urban's an outdoor venue here in Overtown that's like 3,000 people capacity. Then I'll do like a Spotlight Gala on a Friday night if I'm in town. So like it's different. You know, the way I look at my career now is like BC and AC. Like BC before COVID, AC after COVID. Like before COVID, I felt like I had to work 7 nights a week in order to just sustain and pay rent.
Yeah.
And now, you know, I've been blessed by God that my career has continued to elevate where it's like you work smarter, not harder.
Right.
So I've been in a position where I can make more money now and not have to work as much.
Okay.
You know, so it fluctuates now.
Yeah, that's
I get to actually pick and choose
what you want to
when,
do.
you know,
What parties you want.
or I can say no. I can, you know, turn the gig down. Like I was just in LA last week for 4 days. I did 5 parties out there in LA. You know, like my traveling and all that has really been a blessing, man. It's like it's because I didn't think it was gonna get back to it. Like I was one of the people during COVID, during quarantine, that was like, there's no way we're ever gonna get back to 1,000 people inside of Live. I just I didn't expect it. Maybe that was the pessimist in me.
Yeah.
But I could not see how we went from that instant shutdown to a ghost land to ever getting back to,
you know, it was all
where
the
we are back
media,
today.
the media and how they were painting
politics,
it.
everything
Oh man,
else.
they went
Yeah.
crazy,
Yeah.
like, you know. So, but yeah, it's been a blessing, man.
So let's talk about the U.S. Open. How'd you get that gig, and how did that work out for you?
U.S. Open. This was my 3rd year doing it. A friend of mine I went to school with. I went to Florida A&M University. Lauren Grove. She's head of this conglomerate, I would say, called HBCU Spring Coming, which is exactly how it sounds. It's like homecoming, but in the springtime.
Okay.
So every year in New York, in April, we do a gathering of all the HBCUs, historically black colleges and universities. So all the black schools from all over the country, we all gather in New York and Harlem every April to kind of just, you know, enjoy each other, celebrate, you know, our culture, our alumni, you know, associations and everything. But the main premise of it is to give scholarship money to graduating minority students going to college. So that's the mission statement. That's the purpose of it. And then in amongst that, you know, we have a couple parties and a brunch and all that, you know. So she was able to get with the United States Tennis Association and do a HBCU activation at the U.S. Open. And when they did that, you know, they want HBCU DJs to be a part of it. So she always reached out to me and said, you know, if I'm doing an event, anytime I'm doing something, I need you involved in it, because she knows what I bring to the table as far as musically. So they'll be like, so I represent FAMU. Ninth Wonder was there with me. He represented North Carolina Central University. There was another DJ that represented Morgan State. So you'll get a DJ. You know, I've been the consistent one every year, but the last 2 years, they've been different DJs who represented different schools. You know, last year, me and Envy did it. Envy went to Hampton, another HBCU, you know, so that's how that works, yeah.
Great.
You a frat, too? Are you in a frat?
Nah, almost. What frat would you think I would be?
Kappa.
I knew it. almost happened. But I just, that problem with authority, man.
I see the
taking
Kappa, you know what I mean?
you know,
They fly. You know what I mean? So,
I wanted the cane and the whole shit, but, you know, I
Exactly.
just, you know, didn't get there. But I mean, the U.S. Open was pretty dope. I mean, last year I was actually DJing when Serena was playing her last game, her last match, and she actually won when I was spinning. So in like the last maybe 5 minutes of the match,
Right.
I stopped the music, and you had like, it's right in front of Arthur Ashe Stadium, right? So you have however many 20,000 people inside, but then you have like 1,000 people outside sitting on the grass, like watching
the screen,
Jumbotron, right? And then so I stopped the music, and then we're watching like the last few servings and everything, and then she fucking wins, hits the final point, and then I drop All I Do Is Win from Khaled, and like you just see like the eruption and the cheers and everything. Like that moment right there was one of those like surreal moments in my career, because her last match ever, she wins it. It's HBCU, representation. I play the music, I'm there, and it was like one of those moments that will always be up.
Yeah, shout out to Goko Golf. Taking it this year.
Yeah.
Amazing play, amazing match. I watched it all the way through. I was like, yo,
she's
hers.
she's the second coming of.
Yeah, I said it's hers. Yeah. When I saw her playing that, and then she got to the semis, and I was like, nah, nobody's gonna take this.
Nah, she's gonna be, because she's like 19, I think.
She's 19. Yeah, the last one to do that was Serena.
It's gonna be a monster.
So yeah, she's coming into her own, man.
Yeah.
So is there a single night out for you that's memorable, like a core memory, something that you always look back on and like, I had a great time that night?
As a DJ,
as a
like
DJ
at work.
Yeah, it could be maybe as a DJ or an event you attended.
Oh yeah. DMX's last performance before he died was with me at that same venue y'all were at yesterday.
Wow.
Racket. Yeah, this was that Busta was there that night, and so remember the Anarchy album?
Yep.
Came out in 2000. So there was a joint on there with him, Jay, and Busta called "Why We Die," right? And I played it. So first, he's in there because I think he had filmed Drink Champs like earlier that day.
Okay.
Or the day before. So he comes to the party, he's vibing, and he performs what these bitches want.
Not me. These off the plate all you want. Not these. I'm gonna put these all over the distance. Anything. It's hard to get feelings. It's hard to get their shit that I'm out. Just like the beef in the night. I sink my teeth in the mic. You think it's life? I'm thinking, boy, what's up tonight? Come on, mom. You know I got a wife. You know that pussy tight.
All right. Everybody's hype about that. Busta, so here's the DJ booth. He's next to me performing, and then, after the performance, Busta's like over there, kind of like where you guys were at, but at the table against that wall. So he goes over there, he's vibing with Busta for a little bit. So while he's over there, I drop the Why We Die joint, him, Jay, and Bus. And he's walking back to his table, and he stops in front of the booth, and we rap. He's rapping his verse, and I'm going lyric for lyric with him, bar for bar, because I know it like the back of my hand. And then our cameraman, Shaq, he caught that, filmed that, and then he sent me the footage later. But that...
Up in the hood.
later. But that, like, I remember laying in the bed, 308 Clinton Avenue in Brooklyn, like, can't sleep, insomnia, listening to that song. And now, 22 years later, he's performing it, and I'm rapping with him.
Back and forth.
And then a month later, he dies. Wow. So that, you talk about things that stick out, like that memory right there is, that's going to be hard to top.
Right.
Yeah,
You have that footage?
Yeah. It's in my phone right here. I'll show you.
Send it to us. So
Yeah.
Put it up.
We can add it in, so make it a
Absolutely.
part of. Absolutely, that's history right there. That's
Yeah.
stuff you tell your grandkids.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was.
Come here,
legendary.
let Grandpa tell you a story. Show you something. Sit over here.
I was really cool back in the day.
I was outside before it was outside. You know?
Right.
Yeah. Today's episode is brought to you by Bang Energy Drink, also brought to you by Old School Tattoos, TR808 Radio, and the DJ Plug, located in Orlando, Florida.
Don't forget that bang bang. Gotta get your energy up.
Yeah.
I'm doing the water right now.
It's been a long weekend. So.
I need to hydrate because I drank a lot of whiskey yesterday.
Oh, damn.
So, being at your party yesterday, if you were stuck in one decade, what decade of music would that be?
Decade?
Yeah.
The 90s for sure.
90s.
Particularly, let's say,
R&B or hip hop?
Gotta choose.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna make it easy for you.
Hey man, because I love R&B. I'm
It's
like
tough.
I'm like
It's
him,
tough.
man. Like like
I'm a hardcore hip. When I say hardcore, I'm a hardcore hip hop
yeah.
head.
But I think I was
But-
an R&B singer in my former life.
Right. If I had to pick, I would take the R&B.
Yeah. Man, that's tough. I would probably say
R&B and hip hop together.
Yeah, I'll put it together like they do.
The 112 and Maze records.
Like,
It'd be a blend. It'd be a blend.
yeah, it'd be a blend. Yeah, like 88 to 98, that decade for me, because 88 is my favorite year of hip hop.
88 was when Eric B and Rakim, Big Daddy Kane.
Ain't no half step in.
My favorite
yeah.
movie, Coming to America, came out.
Yeah, 88
I can
was.
keep going as far as Slick Rick.
Yeah.
Those when all those albums came out. Biz Markie.
Yeah.
Just a Friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then after 98, that's, to me, my personal opinion, that's when you really start to see the shift
Yeah.
in the culture.
Right.
You know, and it kind of got super commercial, you know, but up until 98, you still, it's like, to me, I was having this conversation with my cousin the other day, like in terms of Jay-Z, like Jay-Z albums, even though Hard Knock Life sold the most, I think people shit on Volume 1 a little too much. Like that Volume 1 in my lifetime was really a dope album if you just take out 2 records. Like if you just take out I Know What Girls Like and Sunshine. The other
Tell me, I
13
like
Sunshine was
records.
dope.
Sunshine was a
Yeah,
dope.
that was dope sample too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a dope. Babyface.
But they really
You know
try
what I
to
mean?
be like that album was whack. And I'm like, where I'm from, Streets is Watching, Who You With,
Yeah.
Imaginary Player, like
Yeah.
City Is Mine. Like I don't understand why people, you know, really shitted on it. Like the album was whack, you know. So, but that was 97.
They
so
need
that,
they need help.
yeah.
Yeah. My favorite Jay is Reasonable Doubt, just because it's just Reasonable Doubt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That one should be selling more, but I think not until a couple years ago, but when it started reaching platinum status was recently.
Yeah, I mean, same thing with, you know, Nas and Illmatic. Like, it didn't get the commercial, you know, success or props that it should have when it came out.
Right.
But, you know, later on, I think people developed, you know, a respect for it, you know. Which is crazy that he just turned 50 years old. Like, just to think Nas is 50.
Right.
And Illmatic is 30 or about to be 30 years old next year. Like that. So to be rhyming
At
like
that caliber.
at 19,
At
20
19,
years
20,
old.
yeah.
That's why when people talk today about MCs and, you know, rap is a young man's thing and a young man's game, and I'm like, but if rap is a young man's game, how can the better lyricists be in their 50s
And still.
outshine you lyrically? Like, you know,
He got that Grammy.
You know,
He finally got his Grammy
finally got his Grammy. Yeah.
at an older age. You
Which
know
is,
what I mean?
you know,
Yeah, it doesn't matter, but it's amazing. He still got it.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
You know what I mean? It's still better than a lot of these younger
man,
artists.
listen, like that Magic 3.
The one that just dropped
3?
this week. Yeah, this
man.
weekend. Yeah,
We're hearing what we got here.
I was listening to that Fever joint.
Yeah. I'm really, to me, it's like, because everybody wanted a Nas and Premier album. Like, where Premier
Yeah,
was
I
like his
still think that
only
would be
producer,
amazing,
right?
yeah.
But I think I got to give credit to Hit Boy, because I think Hit Boy was able to extract something out of Nas that maybe a Premier couldn't do or
Mm-hmm.
Pete Rock couldn't do. I think he was able to kind of help shift his perspective on how to rhyme. And Hit Boy's production, you got to give him his, like, I didn't even know he did like Niggas in Paris and shit like that.
Yeah, that was his
until
first song.
Like I had no idea. So when King's Disease came out, and I'm like, who was Hit Boy? And then I went and did the knowledge and found out all the shit that he did prior to getting with Nas.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, so now it makes sense how like this kid is really a genius on a production shit, and he sees something in Nas, and Nas sees something in him, and that union just works.
Yeah, right now they unstoppable. Right
Like
now.
you said,
What,
six
3 albums
albums
already?
in
No, 6
3
albums.
There's 6 albums?
Six.
Damn, 6.
King's
In 3
Disease,
years.
Oh, it's
1, 2, and 3,
1, 2, and 3,
and
that's
Magic
right.
1, 2, and 3.
Right. Yeah, I forgot about the
In,
Magic.
in 3 years, 6 albums in 3 years.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah,
that
he's
alone
motivated right now.
is crazy. Yeah. So I think, you know, you really got to give Hit Boy his credit, and you know, and I just feel like that's something that you know,
Primo couldn't do.
I just don't see it. You know, I think, especially, you know, what happens to, you know, older, you know, even from my generation, the generation before me, a lot of times we kind of get stuck in the past, stuck in the traditional ways of thinking, and not being willing to adjust, you know, and evolve, you know, creatively. Not saying that you got to dumb shit down, but I do think you have to kind of like adjust things in order to tap into the current state.
The
of
current
things.
statement.
Yeah.
Society.
I think a lot of this younger generation, I think they front. I'm sure they listen to Nas and all that other shit, but when they get to the club,
I don't think they listen to Nas.
I
I
don't
don't think.
think
I
so?
think they
Well,
listen
listen
to
to nobody.
I think
It's just what's on what they hear right now, or they see in the videos,
No,
or on TikTok.
Pound Town,
Yeah, that's it.
Booty Hole Brown.
Booty Hole Brown, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think anybody that's I wouldn't bet money that like somebody 25 years old is listening to Nas right now.
Right,
You know, and which is fine because like there's nothing wrong with knowing your place and your lane and what who your audience is and who it's not. You know, like movie directors, they don't make the guy who made Ridley Scott who made Alien don't really give a fuck about the people who like Avatar or Frozen.
Right.
He's like, I don't make movies for them. I make movies for people who like this.
aliens.
Who like aliens,
And
right?
vice versa.
creatures,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So, like even in DJ culture, like as a DJ, I believe who your audience is, what rooms you can play in. And every room might not be for you.
Right.
Which is fine.
Which is fine, yeah. And it's just recognizing that.
Recognizing that.
It's
yeah.
recognizing that. Because I'm coming to a point where I'm tired of. I can't play no more of this shit right now.
Why tell me why is that?
I don't have the same motivation or the same feeling, the same connection to the music.
Now
You know what I
so
mean?
you're talking about playing new music?
New music, yeah. I'll listen to it to see now. Recently, I just started listening to it again, listening to the albums and seeing. There are a couple joints that I will listen to, but I get more fun playing. Like now, we got a all vinyl event, so I get to take my vinyl out and play my vinyl, and that's music that I love. Now I'm picking what I want to play. I'm buying if I don't have it, what I want to buy. You know what I'm saying, and putting those sets together that way. But I don't think I can anymore. You know what I mean?
I had to
And the bottle popping, and they're not really having a good time, you know, and things like that. Everything is a velvet rope, you know what I mean? And all those things kind of take away from what I was used to doing, and I'm used to doing, you know what I mean? So,
yeah, I had to get to a point where I had to understand the nightlife business, you know, and realize, first of all, thanking God that I had the ability to play in like the bottle popping room,
Right.
and in like the basement party, you know, and everywhere in between, you know, because I don't, you know, doing the knowledge to tell you that every DJ can't do that. Again, like I said, some DJs are very one dimensional, and it's fine. Like if you can only do bottle popping rooms, fine, but just be great at the shit.
Exactly.
You know, whatever it is, like just
Exactly.
be great at it. Like just
Right.
don't do a disservice to the craft.
Right.
You know, but once I took the emotion out of it and say, okay, I might not necessarily like the music, but I'm gonna learn how to play it for that audience. And that, you know, that kind of helped open more doors for me. But again, it's not something that I think every DJ has to do, should do. You know, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's like
absolutely.
whatever you, at the end of the day, whatever you're comfortable with doing. Because people they're always trying to put like stipulations and saying, well, you're only a DJ if you do this, you're only a DJ if you can do that.
Yeah.
Like, and I never really I never adopted that mentality of trying to put a DJ in a box, you know. Speaking of boxes, I see the fucking Scratch Live Serato box.
We
over
try
there.
to-
we got the I don't know if you saw this,
Transformer?
if you ever had a chance to see this.
Grandmaster Flash Transformer.
Oh wow!
Yeah, we don't have everything
Your
with
brother,
us.
your brother might.
We don't have everything like our studio and back home, but we bring a couple props with us so we could.
This is crazy.
Yeah, we got a couple bangers that we.
Now,
on
isn't
stash.
it? Damn, that's dope.
This was when Transforming first
Came
became
out,
a
yeah.
thing, and they made this box, and you can kind of in and out. You know what I mean?
Or use a
Talk
switch.
about just technology itself is how it's advanced the craft. You know what I'm saying? Like it's but still at the end of the day, I think, you know, because you mentioned earlier about like, you know, DJs who just grab a laptop, download MP3s, and you know, at least in today's day and age, like we all have access to the same music, right? We all have access to record pools, YouTube converters, download MP3s, whatever. But to me, it's like ultimately how you play the shit.
Right.
That's what separates one DJ from
Yeah,
the
of course.
next, you know.
Of course.
Yeah, it's.
Would you let somebody copy your hard drive?
I have before. Yeah. I have before because somebody's let me copy theirs. Same DJ, LS1. I was DJing a party one night. This actually happened to me a couple times, but one night in particular that sticks out. the way the booth was set up, there was a stripper pole in front of it. We ain't gonna talk about that, but there was a pole in front of the booth. Right? Sidebar. It was not a strip club though, but there was a pole in front of the booth. So the booth is here, and it's like a window cut out so you can see into the crowd, and then there's a stage in front of the booth. But you can like reach out, and so a girl's dancing on the pole. I can put my hand out and touch, right? So there's a girl dancing on the pole. She was the go-go dancer at the club, and my laptop, is right here. The pole's right there. And this girl gets up and swings around, does a swing, and kicks my laptop off the stand.
Oh my God.
And breaks it at 1 a.m. in the middle of the party. The guy that was DJing before me, DJ Stevie J, he actually be at Live on Sunday tonight. He left.
Oh man.
He did his set and left. It was my set. And I called him, I'm like, yo, my laptop just broke. Can you please come back? And he came back, but on his way back, it took him like 20 minutes to get back. I had to play songs from a flash drive. Like just, let the song get to the end.
Right.
2 seconds of dead air, play the next song. So that was about 20 minutes. You can imagine at 1:30 in the night on a Friday on South Beach what that's like.
Yeah.
Right? But he's somebody that let me copy his hard drive. LS1 let me copy his hard drive just to get music back. So when somebody needed it, a young DJ I was mentoring, he needed help like that. Yeah. Like I don't think there's enough
Mentors.
Not even mentors, but I don't think there's enough sharing and camaraderie within us as DJs. I think it's very political. I think it's very emotional. And I think, because we're all, and when I say we, I mean, I'm speaking in a general sense, like
Right.
we're all trying to find our way to $1, and this lack of venues, lack of parties, lack of opportunities, we're all trying to like X each other out, cut each other's throats just to have an opportunity.
Right,
to do
opportunity to
something.
get that bag.
Yeah, and I've just never looked at the culture that way. I've never looked at the craft that way. So anytime I had an opportunity to help somebody,
Right.
I've always done it. And I think that's come back to help, my karma in a sense, professionally, career-wise, because like God knows my heart is always good. Like I'm never worried about what somebody's gonna play or sharing music or you looking at my screen. Like I don't give a fuck about that because the one intangible thing that you don't have is me.
Right.
You don't have my spirit, and it's not in a braggadocious way, but I don't have your spirit either.
Right.
I can't do what you do. You can't do what I do, but we can both do our own best within our own selves.
Right.
And I don't think that a lot of DJs have that mentality or that approach to it, and that's just how I look at it all.
Yeah, it's crabs in a barrel type of thing.
It's crazy, especially here.
Yeah, it's the same thing. I don't care what nobody plays before me. Play whatever the fuck you want.
Play
Because
what
I
you
got
want.
50 other thousand songs that.
It's so
Yeah,
much
so
music.
much music,
It's
yeah.
so much
music, yeah.
Now if you're talking, the Velvet Rope bottle popping crowd, then obviously there are certain records that
You play early and certain
records that you don't,
Right.
and that's just, DJ etiquette and just knowledge of knowing, how you should, pace a
The
night,
night,
especially in Miami we're one of the only few cities left that go party till 5 a.m.
Yeah.
A lot of other places shut down at 2 o'clock, 3 a.m. So if you're in a club from 11 to 5 and the crowd doesn't get there till 1 or 2, there's certain records you shouldn't be playing at 12:15.
Right.
Because the few people who are there early, like they're gonna hear the same shit again. So
Right.
What's the peak hour here for the club?
I would say 3:15.
Okay.
That's when you're playing Dreams and Nightmares.
That's if I never play Dreams and Nightmares again, it'll be too soon. But but yeah, that is usually around the time it'll be the climax of the party, like
Okay.
around 3 o'clock, 3:15. Now in many other cities, people are already home and asleep by then.
Yeah.
Like I said, I just got back from LA at 1:30. They were like, yeah, lights on, last call. At 1:30, there's some parties here I don't even get to till 2 o'clock.
Yeah, Orlando 145 like come on.
Like it's
know that,
so
yeah.
just in terms of now going back to now, okay, trying to, because if you're there in a club longer, chances are if you're a drinker, you're gonna drink more. So now you're damaging yourself, with alcohol.
More.
Maybe smoke a little more weed. You're gonna get less sleep. So your body's gonna be more tired. Like all these things start to domino affect you as a human being, physically, psychologically, just from your work hours, just from your shift.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas in LA, you get to a party at 11 at 1:30, you're on your way back to the hotel or whatever. So you haven't had the chance to get fucked up yet.
Right.
You know, you're already like on your way back to the telly.
Unless you pre-game.
Unless you do some serious pregame.
LA is a whole different pregame.
Oh, whole
different
pregame
pregame.
level is insane. Yeah.
It's a whole different level out there.
What's your intake on requesting songs?
Shout out to DJ LS1 again. I remember he used to wear this T-shirt every time he played. On the back, it would say "No request." So every time somebody would come up to make a request, he'd just turn around and let him read the back of his shirt. You know, it's a gray area because it depends on my mood that day. You know, like if somebody comes to me with a good request, it might get played if I'm in a good mood. But again, that plays into the psychology of how you feeling that day. You don't know what I went through before I got here. I might have had an argument with somebody. I might have, caught a flat tire. One night I was going to work, Story nightclub, which doesn't exist anymore. But on my way to Story, I got in a car accident, almost died because I had a convertible at the time. And like, you know how you have like the express lane and like the barrier poles that separate the. Yeah. So being stupid, I tried to merge into the express lane to beat the traffic because it was traffic. But I'm on the phone doing too much. On the phone, just bought the car 24 hours before, put the top down, riding to South Beach, FaceTiming, not looking behind me, turn into the express lane. Car doing about 80 slammed right into me, and they didn't flip, but they went way down the street, and the EMS, paramedics, people like, yeah, you could have died. You could have got flipped out the car. Right. But I didn't go to the hospital. I was like, I'm not going to the hospital. I got to go to work because I couldn't be late to my DJ gig. Wow. Wrote a whole story about it.
We're glad you're here.
Yeah. I'm glad I'm here too. Yeah. But going through that, getting to the club and then trying to take a request, I'm like, I want to hear that shit right now. Right. But that was my move. But then on another night, you come to me with a good request, you might get played. But and then some nights I'd be like $20. Right. So it just depends on my mood. So, they have this thing now where I don't know if y'all seen this app where you can actually have people pay you
to request a song.
Yeah, it's not Cash App. I forgot the app, but I was like, yeah, that's a little tricky right there. Then, people will start like trying to give you like, okay, here's $100, play these 5 songs back to back. Like,
jukebox.
Nah, it's
the jukebox song.
And that's never a good feeling. That's never a good feeling.
Are you on the radio out here?
No, I've done guest spots, but no.
Where do you see radio in 5 years from now?
It's right where it is. I don't think radio's gonna go anywhere, but I think the importance of radio has started to diminish in terms of the necessity of it for success for artists. Right. Like I really don't think it's needed like it was 5 years ago, 3 years ago. But I still think it has its place. It does have its place because some people that like my mother, when she gets in the car, she don't listen to iHeart app and all this shit. Like she goes to 105.1 and so it just depends on who you are, your generation, what you look for. Like there's something out there for everybody, and as artists, I just don't think radio is as much as vital as it once was.
Where do you think the DJ scene will be in 5 years?
The DJ scene, I think there'll be a lot more DJs. I just don't think there'll be a lot of good ones. I think there's a certain. It's like rap. Imagine if rap was like sports, like athletics, and you could only get a record deal based on your skill level or your talent, right? This shit would be completely different. So imagine
that'd be a lot of work.
Imagine if you could only get booked as a DJ based on your skill level, not your popularity, not your followers, not if you can bring clients who spend money, like not none of that shit. If it was purely based on skill, it would be a whole different game. Right. But the accessibility of music, of the technology, and the lack of respect that they have for us as craftsmen and artists has now made the playing field kind of like level for everybody, and goes into the crabs and the barrel shit about it being so many people now fighting for a dollar and having playing in little bars or whatever it is, and kind of diluting the specialty of what it is that we do. So I think it'll be a lot more.
There should be a union. You go to
there should be. It should be a union like fucking SAG and all that. That because my brother's a part of SAG, so they've been on strike for 120 days now, whatever. Like if there was a DJ union, and if every DJ in Miami was in a union and said, okay, none of us work until you double all our pay. Right. there'll be no parties.
Right.
Imagine that shit.
Yeah.
Like imagine it'd be like, nah.
Right.
None of us are gonna play until everybody gets doubled what you get
Right.
now.
Right.
It really should be triple because, especially in the urban party scene, they pay literally peanuts compared to
EDM.
what they get in the EDM world. Like, it's insane.
Yeah. And
So if
with,
you got-
with the urban scene, you got to be, the attention span is crazy.
Yeah,
EDM, the songs are 6-7 minutes long.
or longer than that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in the urban side, they only want to hear that 1 minute, that 2 minute, we was talking about it now. Now you have to play 60 songs an hour instead of 30
Yeah,
because they want the hook, they want the TikTok version, they want this, they want that one little piece that they know, and once that piece finishes, they literally stop, and you got to be ready to move to the next. It's a lot of work.
yeah. I mean, listen, if you can pay whatever EDM DJ like $100,000 for a set,
Right.
there's no reason why DJs in the urban world should have to fight for $500, $600, $700. Like, but that all comes with respect or lack of it, and that's really what it boils down to. Because you can't tell us that you don't have the money,
Right.
Because you have it to give to so and so. So where's the disconnect in giving me what my value
we
is?
saw you driving.
Yeah, exactly. So but yeah, every day is a fight for respect out here. In this industry, especially here. Yeah.
What advice would you give to aspiring DJs?
Study your craft. Study your craft. Study your music. Find your proverbial voice. Like, what do you want people to experience when they come see you play? What do you want the person who just spent $40 on gas, $20 on a ticket, $100 at the bar? What do you want them to walk away from when they leave that club or that bar? Like, do you want them to say, man, that shit was amazing, that shit was lit, I had the best night of my life? Or do you want them to say, damn, that DJ was trash? Or what's your goal? And I think once you establish what your goal is, what your mission is, that your path will become clearer. I think.
If there's something that you could have done different, what would it be?
I would have been a little less arrogant when I first started. I was a little arrogant and not knowing my place, and knowing that I was at the time on the lower end of the totem pole in terms of the event I was a part of. But I kind of poked my chest out a little too much early on. But it's only because I felt greatness in myself, and I knew that I was gonna impact the city in some kind of way, but I wasn't there yet. So I kind of prematurely developed an ego very, very early on. And I think if I could change that, I would go back and change that about myself.
Do you have one person in your camp that tells you like, yo, you bugging right now? Like, is there somebody that may bring you down if you get there?
Now it's myself, actually, because now I know how to check myself, and I think that's a very important skill to develop, is to know when being able to look in the mirror.
Out of pocket, yeah.
Like, nah, like don't do that, don't say that, you shouldn't do, but that's a learned behavior. That's a learned practice. Hopefully that all those of us can learn that, how to check yourself, because you might not have somebody. I mean, I have family with me that rolls with me a lot. So I do have somebody that I can turn to and say, yo, was I bugging? Was I that? Should I?
Did I
I got somebody. I got somebody behind me right now.
Me too. Yeah, So yeah, but thankfully I have been able to develop the ability to know and recognize, if I'm getting out of pocket.
But you also need that person, and that person is like, I'm not gonna. That person shouldn't in front of the other person. If you need to be checked, it's a sidebar, like after the fact. Yeah. I'm gonna support you, even though you out of pocket. I think you out of pocket. I'm gonna be there to support you. But then on that car ride, like,
let
yo,
you know, like,
fuck you was doing, yo. Like,
yeah. Nah, that's important. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nah, I've never been a fan of like the public lashing and shit. Like, to me, that's just
you don't do
not
that
a good
shit.
look.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not a good look.
Are there any investments you made throughout the years?
Well, I had a sneaker store out here from 2009 to 2012 called Stock Exchange.
Okay.
So I guess that was an investment. And then that's kind of around the time when like the housing crisis happened, like kind of like the recession time, and
Okay.
people weren't really like going out and spending money on retail.
Right.
So I think that was bad timing for me to do that. And then you know, I wasn't really able to play the sneaker game because I didn't have any knowledge of it. So I, you know, selling. Remember Creative Recreations? Remember those sneakers? Creative, you know, remember?
Yeah.
No.
I think
You should you should look that up when you edit this shit. Creative Recreation sneakers. I was selling those, and then Supras, and
The Supras, yeah, I remember those,
You
yeah.
know, Sauconys, and not understanding that in the sneaker business, you got to be able to sell Jordans and Nike. Like you got to have the Nike account, you got to have the Jordan
Yeah, but that's
account.
not easy to
and-
get.
and
They
that's,
was it like
you
a
know,
tier 0 account or
Tier
something?
0,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, so you know about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you know, when I came into business, I didn't have any of those resources. I was just thinking like, oh, I'll just get a lease in this building and put up some shelves and just go get some kicks wholesale from wherever, and then you know people spend money, like and not really
Yeah,
understand.
not having those big accounts.
Yeah,
Anything work
yeah.
out.
It's not easy to get that. You got to be
Right.
in business,
You gotta
I think,
have
for like
business,
1 or 2
right,
years
your-
first.
Your account has to have a
A certain amount of money in it. Yeah,
Right,
it's-
exactly.
it's-
exactly.
I understand
So that was a rough lesson. So, but in terms of investments, I mean, the goal now for me is ownership in my own venue. So that's like something that I'm like kind of aiming towards now.
Working
Like,
towards, yeah, dope.
yeah, because you know we provide so much, you know, for people for the venue owners,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and receive crumbs on our end. So that you know the next logical thing, you know, for me at least, is to own my own space.
Of course.
You know, so but that's
We interview DJ Big Ben
oh yeah.
in New York, and he actually opened a club out there
Oh,
Yeah,
word.
Queens.
in Queens,
dope.
stuff
Yeah.
like that. So
Yeah.
we'll pick it on because we know that as a DJ, you're going sometimes to these nightclubs, they don't have the right equipment,
Oh,
the mixer's
man.
broken, the
Yeah,
sounds
so
like
you,
shit.
You know, we hit them with
You
it.
know,
We was like, yo, what kind of equipment you
yeah,
gonna
what
have?
kind of equipment you have, you know what I'm
That shit gonna be right?
You gotta
You
have
a
the right
DJ.
shit, man.
You can't be
yo.
saying you a DJ complaining about equipment if your own club don't got the right equipment.
That's why my spot will have the proper equipment and the
Yeah.
best sound. 'Cause that's you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying. It doesn't
That's-
matter how
that's
big or
important.
small it is. The sound is what's important to me. You know. That's why like on my ride, like especially when I'm out of town, like my tech riders, I like I need this, and this.
Right.
And it never changes. Like I mean, it'll change maybe every 3 or 4 years. Like so now it's like the Rain 12s, the S11 or S9, maybe the S7, a Shure SM58 microphone because to me it's the best microphone.
Right.
You know, like all that particular shit. Like that's what I need.
Yeah.
And-
About red M&Ms, green M&Ms.
no, that's the hospitality rider. That's different. Yeah. I need
different.
4 Fiji waters and a bottle of Jameson and a
Jameson,
bottle of El
yeah.
Dorado.
And
And,
then
you know,
Jameson with a
it-
tap of ginger ale.
It's the
He put that shit. And I told her, you see the text, right? A tap. You know what I'm
It was
saying?
like,
hey,
That's what
oh, a splash.
The
Splash,
splash, yeah,
yeah, splash.
yeah.
Yeah. Just a splash, man. Just a splash. Yeah.
stuff like that. But we know you don't. But what you thoughts about DJs banning artists for sexual acts?
What you mean?
so
You're
like,
like-
well, we
know you play
were,
Keith
we
Sweat.
were
I mean,
laughing last night
not Keith Sweat,
because we was
R. Kelly.
you played R. Kelly last night, right? And we was like, well, we know the answer to that question. So basically, what do you think about DJs that won't play R. Kelly or because of?
I'll say this about R. Kelly. He got too much music. Like it's him as a person is obviously fucked up.
Right,
you know?
right, yeah,
but I
right.
think you know, if you, it's like my man Mike is like, because I always say like, yo, you gotta separate the man from the music. But I didn't say it last night. But normally when I play his music, I'll be like, yo, I know what you're thinking, but you gotta separate the man from the music.
Right.
And like, nah, man, just play the shit. So, you know, that's a tough line. Like I know some DJs who absolutely will not play it.
He won't.
Absolutely will
Well,
not.
you know what's crazy?
I'm
We
kidding.
was talking earlier in the day yesterday, and I was like, yo. Matter of fact, it was Effect.
Effect, yeah, it was Effect,
again.
yeah.
When we was talking with Effect, I was like, yo, I looked at my vinyl of Fiesta the other day, and I was like, I was fighting with myself. I was like, am I gonna take this? But Effect was like, yo, but just play this shit. I was like, I'm gonna pull it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna pull it and I'm gonna play it because it's a banging song. You know what I mean?
But it's not. I mean,
it's a
it's not
classic.
just R. Kelly. There's hundreds of artists out there, country artists. You know,
There's a lot that we don't know. And
80s
when-
something like that.
well, a lot of
shit we don't
times
know.
I tell DJs that say that they won't play it, I say, oh, do you play Michael Jackson? Because he was accused of.
There you go.
Do you still watch The Cosby Show?
Right.
You know, and these are things that.
Like
Rick
if you're
James,
gonna
you
be
know,
about
Rick
that,
James.
you got to be
Right.
about that across the board. Like
Right,
don't
across-
pick and choose.
Right,
you know
right.
Right.
who to be righteous with.
Exactly.
And who not,
now
you know
when
what
I
I'm
play
saying? So-
when I play that in front of kids or Your household, no, I won't play that.
But I wouldn't do that anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
Like,
right.
you,
You're saying, right,
you wouldn't
right.
do that anyway. So,
Well, I might play OK in my bedroom. I don't know.
listen, man. Yo,
Yeah, we don't want to hear about that. That's a whole different podcast right there.
There ain't no more kids coming over here. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about you.
No, I'm good. Factory shut down, yo.
like, were you y'all were there yesterday when I played Happy People? Were you there yet?
Yeah.
And you see what happened? The
Yeah,
dance floor,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Went crazy.
instant.
I stepped 3 times.
So
He
Not
stepped
2,
and threw
3.
his back out. Because we up there in age.
Hey.
I keep on telling you, we're classic. We're not old.
Hey,
We're
there you
classic.
go. But you see what that shit did yesterday. It was
Yeah,
like
no,
instantly,
bro.
like, women and men. Like,
Right.
it was, so I think in those settings, like maybe you wouldn't play this shit at like a barbecue.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I think in a party setting, I think you can get away with it more than you might realize.
Right.
Now, to every DJ, it's your own personal opinion whether you choose to or not. And I will say, it took me a while before, like, at least 2 years, I didn't play it. Like, at least, I remember shit and being in Guyana and like kind of and streaming what's the document? Surviving R. Kelly. So this is 2018, 2019, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not playing this shit. Like, and then I just like in 2021 like started like.
You get a request maybe?
Just
Or
test
you
it out.
just test it
I
out?
got like
request?
requested. Yeah,
Yeah.
like can you play Body Calling? Can you play Bump and Grind? Right, which is the obvious R. Kelly. So
Right.
then I'm like, but what? Damn, that's
But it's
it's
all-
Happy People.
right.
Then it was Step in the Name of
Right,
shit.
right.
It was. I was like, damn, Ignition. Damn, the
Right,
Ignition remix. Like,
right.
now Ignition remix is the perfect example. The shit starts off with him saying, "Now normally I don't do this." But go ahead and give him a little, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it was like,
Right.
it was like trying to be funny with it at the same time. And it was like, yo, the man got too many hits.
And it's all sing-along shit too.
Many. Like,
Yeah,
it's
it's all
insane. So to me, he's the greatest R&B artist
Right.
of all time to me. But yeah.
Yeah, he was definitely a genius.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For him to,
come to make
to
music.
not only sing the shit, but write it, produce it, like arrange it. Yeah.
And that's not even including the songs he wrote for other people.
Exactly.
Right.
So like they'll talk about like, oh well, who's the king of R&B? Usher, Chris Brown, blah blah blah. But I don't think neither of them produce like their own. I think I don't even know if they write.
Right.
I think people write their songs and then they sing. Them,
Right, so
you know
as a
what I'm
full
saying?
package,
Like,
R&B,
full
R.
package,
Kelly would will cover that.
Yeah.
Like my mind's telling me no, but my stomach's telling me yes.
Yeah, facts.
Let's get to some samples real quick.
Yeah.
Want
All
some
right, but
samples?
before we do that, we got a little something for you here.
Oh,
A little gift package.
Okay.
Something to take with you. T-shirt,
oh, dope.
keychain, a couple things up in there.
Oh, flavor, yeah. Matter of fact, I might wear this at Crates on Friday.
You got a little something.
Dope.
Well,
Yeah.
when you
Appreciate
do,
that.
please send us some pictures.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Oh, dope. Yeah.
Yeah, a little
Appreciate
something,
that.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Take away with you.
Yeah.
But when we go to the sample game.
Do the brown bag, you know what I'm saying? Back in the days, the brown bag. You know what I'm saying? We need to get shoe boxes next time.
Nah, we should.
Oh, that'd be dope.
What we should do the paid in full shit. Stick the shit in a cereal box
Or the cereal box.
in the brown
with
bag
the logo on it.
with the
Yeah,
logo
you got
on
Yeah,
it.
we can probably do that.
I'm gonna put that into.
We need more sponsorship money.
There you go.
We could get the cereal boxes from the Dollar
For the
Tree.
house?
Dollar Tree.
Definitely can.
The Dollar Tree.
We first eat, put a big sticker on it.
Definitely,
When the kids
definitely
finish with it, we just
Put a big
make
ass
the
sticker on
box.
it, yeah.
Hey, whatever it is, it'll work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all about the hustle. That's it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we're going to play 4 samples.
Okay.
Some of these samples, many people use them. But I'm looking for that one artist that comes to my mind. So my mind and his mind is totally different.
Okay.
He hasn't heard the samples. I heard them.
Okay.
He puts them together, so I'm hearing them new, like
New
with
for
you.
the first time.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the first time.
Okay.
Right. What was that?
Bank 8.
Bank 8, yes. Not pancake, yeah, bank 8. He said pancake, I'm hungry, see?
Like I'm hungry too.
Yeah.
So you gotta tell us who used this. Cut it.
Trying to give me copyright for it.
We about to get hit anyway.
We got hit already with that one already.
Man, I don't know who used that. I don't know.
No,
I'll give you a hint. It's a Miami artist. It was a Miami
Can you
artist.
play it again?
Yeah.
Rick Ross?
No. Before him. It's a little older than that. Yeah.
Nah, you got me on that one. Got me.
That's the name of the game to try to get you. Put the headphones up a little higher. Comes in now. You heard this track before?
I don't think so.
Let's see. We gotta let it come in. Let's go. Yes, indeed. This is fire.
Was this Soul Syndicate?
No. Society?
Society. That's who I meant. That's
Yeah,
who I meant.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can lower it back down
Damn.
because I'm getting the feedback on it.
Wow.
This is
That's
a
a
little
classic joint.
classic Miami
Yeah,
joint.
That's
Yeah.
crazy
That's a
because
banger right there.
So I talked about my brothers earlier.
Right.
The middle brother, Simeon, he was in a rap group here that was part of like pioneering the boom bap hip hop
From
from
Miami.
down here.
Okay.
Yeah. His group was called the Last Straws.
Okay.
So LAST Raw ZE, Last Real Authors with Z Elements. So it was him, Sim, aka Mr. Vibe. There was Grand Funk and then D Rhythm. So it was the three of them. And then prior to that, Sim, my brother, he was in a rap group called School Days with another local MC out here named B Dope. And then they had a group called School Days, and their DJ is another very well-known Miami legend DJ named Epps. So Epps was their DJ. So this is like 91, right? Epps, who's gone on to now he's on Sirius.
Rock the Bell, yeah. I spoke to him. I told him
Rock the Bells.
he was supposed to be here today right now, but he's
traveling.
Texas somewhere.
He's in Texas.
Yeah, Texas.
Miami legend right there.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
so that style of hip hop
Right.
like that. So like my brother was part of that regime. That kind of because for hip hop, Miami was known for bass music. Obviously,
Right.
shout out to Luke, JT Money and
Right.
those,
DJ Laz.
Poison Clan, yeah.
Right.
But the other aspect of the culture, like the boom bap sound, like he was part of that, like early '90s coming out
Right.
with that shit. Like had a record deal at he was in 11th grade when he signed his record deal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the album he graduated in '93. The album came out in '94, and then so few years down the line, you get like EFN and the CHP, the Crazy Hood Productions. You get the Alliance, Garcia, Society. You get First Platoon. You get
a lot of Miami
Ambush,
history.
like all yeah.
I remember First Platoon.
Yeah,
Platoon, right?
yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's another part of my upbringing and tutelage and shit.
Yeah, dope. All right, let's go to the next sample, okay?
Michael Jackson,
Right.
yeah,
Who used it
Fabulous.
besides Fabulous? I don't know. You mentioned him.
He wants a particular artist, but I would give you the check on the Fabulous.
Okay.
Play the song.
Your sponsor is Samsung again.
You know what this is?
Got me.
It was De La Soul.
De La Soul, yeah. Break it down.
Break it down.
Yeah.
Which album was that on?
Second.
not 3 Feet High.
No, it was
No,
the
not
second
3 Feet High.
album.
The one
The
after
second
that,
album,
yeah.
You know what's crazy? The first thing I thought about, the samples in my face, but I didn't look at it. But the first thing I thought about was Fabulous.
Baby.
Oh, Baby.
Baby. Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next one.
Okay, wait. So, I forgot about that one. So it's number 3. So this one is actually the opposite. So what sample did they use to do this record?
There's a sample in that record.
The sample in this
Oh,
record.
the sample in the Luke record?
Right, in the new record. What sample did they use to make this record? Play it again.
Yeah, play.
I mean, you already know it.
Pop that pussy, let me see you do
Yeah, play.
Right here. So,
Oh, Rob Bass.
Stop it.
wrong.
Nah?
No,
No, it's all right.
everybody thinks it's Rob.
Everybody's
Bass.
Vibe Bass.
It wasn't Rob Bass?
No.
Nope.
It
There was
was,
a song, a Miami song, actually.
Miami song, yeah. It's female from Miami.
Female from Miami. I always.
Antoinette?
No.
Hold up, wait a minute. I wanna rock right now. You're right.
Oh, that's not Antoinette?
No.
No. Who's that again?
What the hell?
I can't remember her name right now. But what is it?
ICJ?
ICJ.
ICJ.
Yeah, ICJ.
Wow. That is a jewel right there.
Yeah,
Like,
so they
that's-
you sample her voice, not the Vibe Bass.
Yeah, and then Rob Bass took her verse.
Right.
Oh, shit. What year did that record come out?
It had to be in the 80s because
Yeah,
Rob Bass,
definitely the 80s.
87,
Rob Bass
maybe.
was
Rob Bass
89?
87?
88.
Was
I think it was
87?
88. It Takes Two was I think 88.
88.
No, I gotta hit up
Jordan
the
Payne,
Google Eyes.
88.
Let me see.
That is trivia right there. That is real. Like
Yeah, we for the first time we did this.
What's the name? Icy Jade?
ICJ. Oh, 88. Rob Bass.
88.
88. Okay. So that song came out before that. So
Right. So
I wonder where he heard it. Or maybe the producer heard it
probably producer was
and told him, yo, start it like this. We
Right.
don't, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But he stole the whole thing, the intro and everything. Play it again.
Right.
Play the ICJ joint again. Look.
Hold up.
oh
wait a
wow,
minute.
damn.
Right about now.
So between with that and the James Brown, It Takes Two, curated.
They came out with
Yeah.
the banger that we all know.
And then nowadays, I think right now, I think Pitbull has a record.
And then the It Takes Two. That's Lynn.
Nick Collins,
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
All right. It's next to make a thing. Yeah.
the fourth one. you almost killed me on that one right there.
Well, he gonna kick himself in the ass.
Yeah, I know he is.
Damn.
He almost like,
Yeah, they're showing up. They showing up. Feds is coming on our door. It is what it is, though. We'll take it.
we'll be at DJ Drama locked up.
That's
He's
all right.
gone.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I mean,
Nah, you got me
you
in that
can't
one.
really be concerned about that, really.
No, it's just
'Cause
it's,
it's-
it's copyright. That's all.
Right. That's all right. So you don't know? All right, play the song.
No way.
Yeah, play the game. Play
the
the sample
sample,
again.
play the
We
sample.
already got it flagged already.
Yeah, yeah.
We can't be playing. We can't be
get
playing
flagged
Russia.
twice.
We can't play in Russia no more.
Play it right.
Play from the beginning again. Huh?
Oh, dun,
yeah.
dun, dun, dun. Which is my favorite Jay-Z song, by the way, of all time.
Really?
The Evils, yeah, it's my favorite Jay-Z song.
Evil.
Yeah.
That has also this.
But that
sample of,
that was Murder Was the Case.
Murder Was the Case.
Yeah, but
No. That was the evil.
That was the
Evil.
that was the Evil.
It's evil.
Okay,
Yeah.
Which
Just used,
sample
Where
Murder Was the
Murder
Case.
Case was sample. Yeah,
Yeah,
they used it as well.
yeah.
They used both samples
Yeah.
to create it.
Which is crazy because you would think all the beef he had with Prodigy, but he sampled him on that song. You know what I'm saying?
on
So it just
purpose.
kind of shows
purpose.
how.
He did it on
JJ showing his
purpose.
ass.
It's all about business. It's like I don't know if you saw when Irv Gotti. Did you see that when Irv Gotti spoke about when he was trying to sign Nas?
Oh yeah, I did.
And then how Jay went and did the deal with 50.
It's just business.
It's just business. That's some petty ass
Yeah,
business.
real
right?
petty.
When
Yeah.
you-
Real
That's our
petty.
shirt. It's just business.
It's just business, right? It's facts.
So those are 4 samples that we play. Different samples from
Straight,
different
that's
DJs.
serious digging right there. That's
Yeah.
like y'all should be on the Mass Appeal Rhythm Roulette.
Right.
That would be fire.
That'd be dope. Yeah.
And stuff like that. The next game we play is basically it's called Lyrically Correct. Correct. Take over that.
So we're not sponsored by them or anything, but this is a game that we enjoy. It's called Lyrically Correct.
Okay.
Get it from Amazon. It is a black-owned business, so we definitely support that. It's basically I'm gonna read a lyric and you got to finish it.
Okay.
All right. There's a lot of more rules and stuff when you play with your family. You got to drink, take a shot.
drinking game, right.
Yeah, you got a timer.
we-
you know what I mean? Like,
Can't-
but
can't do
obviously
that
we don't
today.
got the time for that. But
Right.
Or the liver.
right.
Or
So
the liver.
we're gonna do the R&B edition here.
Oh, okay.
All right. To go in with the
Doo-wop.
doo-wop joint. All right. So where can you meet Lloyd?
On the south side.
There you go. This should be a breeze for you.
He be singing stuff.
According to TLC, what is a guy that thinks he's fly?
A scrub.
Where did Jagged Edge say to meet?
At the altar.
The altar with your white dress, yeah. Jodeci will give up their money, house, and cars for what?
From one hit of you.
Ah, you got it. He's on the roll right now. All right, here we
You gotta
go.
make up for them samples.
How long ago was it that Chris Brown saw the hottest chick a youngin' ever seen before?
5 minutes.
Oh, killed it.
Killed it.
Killed it.
He did
that was
make
a,
up.
I might need that. I gotta get that game.
Yeah,
Yo,
Yeah, they have it
we
on
need that
Amazon.
game.
Yeah, they have it on
Amazon, yeah.
Okay.
They have expansion packs too.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so they have like a
All
R&B edition.
Right, all 3 games that we got are from Amazon.
Amazon. So
Oh,
I didn't even give him the multiple choice for that. He got it. I'm sorry.
You even run that with like your free drink advertisement, like how you
Oh,
gave
last,
that girl
yeah,
a free
last,
drink.
yeah. I actually, because I'll stop the party, read one of them shits right there, and just
Right, right.
Yeah, no, I had that for sure.
yeah.
Like that.
That's cool.
Top 5 DJs now. top 5 DJs back then? Your list.
In the world,
Yeah, in the world.
To you.
To
That's
you.
It's about you.
top 5. Removing myself.
Moving yourself.
Oh, here go the ego. Here you go. Talk your shit.
Take myself out of there. You heard KRS. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm just kidding. Jokes. Kidding. DJ MOS in LA, who's a Guyanese DJ, by the way.
Okay.
From Brooklyn, lives in LA now. LS1. So MOS, LS1, Kid Capri, Jazzy Jeff. This is not in order.
No
No,
order.
no,
yeah.
no order, no order.
And when damn, Tony Touch.
Okay.
Yeah, what Tony Touch does with like Funk Box and that
Yeah, we were.
Element.
I went to go see him in Tampa not too long ago.
Yeah.
With the band and everything.
yeah, it's they're those 5 right there, and MOS in terms of like not only skill but what he's been able to do. He DJs like the Oscars every year.
Okay.
You know, and just being able to play in those kind of rooms, to me is something aspirational. You know,
I think I heard D Nice mention him before.
Probably, yeah. Him and D are cool. Like, again, he's another one that's like ambidextrous, both hands, like his music knowledge, his. I remember watching him on Twitch during quarantine a lot, and he would play for like, I'm talking like 8, 9, 10 hours straight, like every night. His shit was called Club Insomnia.
Okay.
Team No Sleep, and used to have like a bowl of green apples behind him on camera. So then he developed the Green Apple Gang, so that everybody, you know, who would go on his IG Live or whatever, they would put like the green apple emoji, and it became like a family, you know,
Dope.
following. And but he's definitely like
Some stuff you never know is gonna work, and it turns into something
it
bigger than you.
it becomes, it gets legs, and
Yeah.
it becomes something. Yeah.
10 albums on your way from Miami to Brooklyn.
10 albums.
If you had to drive.
Yeah, you drive.
Reasonable Doubt, Diary of a Mad Band, Slippery When Wet, Doggy Style, What's Going On, Marvin Gaye, Anita Baker, Rapture, 444, Jay-Z. Got 3 more.
Like you're in Virginia right now.
Reggae Gold, 1998. Just
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That was a dope one.
2 more.
Any genre of music, anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
Because I got the Bon Jovi and
Yeah.
Slippery When Wet. The Above the Rim soundtrack, and Maxwell Urban Hang Suite.
Okay.
Yeah.
He mentioned Above the Rim soundtrack. Is that a hip hop movie to you?
Above the Rim?
Yeah.
Of course.
Why?
Well, number one of the greatest hip hop rappers is in it, stars in it, Tupac. That's number one.
Okay, he's a hip hop artist.
Yeah, the soundtrack is hip hop music. It's basketball, in which basketball and hip hop go hand in hand.
So is it more of a hip hop movie or more of a hip hop influence movie?
Well, the movie's not about hip hop,
Right.
but it's like
So it's more of an
it's like
influence movie.
fashion. Like
Right.
you know, you dress hip hop.
Right.
What does that
so
mean?
it's an influence of the culture.
Yeah, I mean, like Juice. Let's say the movie Juice isn't about hip hop, even though DJing is a big component of
Right.
the script.
It's an influence of hip hop.
Yeah, you
So
know.
what would be your, and what would be for you a hip hop movie?
The show, the
No,
documentary.
that's a documentary. That's a documentary movie. So
Oh,
like the
well,
show,
okay.
Notorious, the Tupac, NWA, those are all documentary.
You think?
It's like Wild Style. Or,
There you go.
You know, that's
you
a
think?
hip-hop.
You think Crush Groove?
Crush Groove is a hip
That's a
hop.
love story, man.
He started with the love. To me, it's a hip hop movie.
That is a love story.
But he definitely.
Hey,
thinks
Shirley E. fall in love with
Him is definitely-
in the fake Russell Simmons.
Wild Style's a good one. B Street.
B Street, yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's what, because he's talking about as far as the elements of hip hop.
I love Crush Groove and Tougher and Leather. They're not hip hop movies. They have the influence,
The influence
of
of
hip
hip-hop.
hop.
So okay, so what you mean is a movie about hip hop
elements,
culture?
elements.
Yeah, gotcha.
The
Okay,
elements, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
yeah.
So
No breaking.
Huh? Breaking One.
Yeah, breaking one.
Breaking
Not
One.
breaking two.
Breaking One.
Not Electric Boogaloo.
No.
Not Electric Boogaloo.
I saw the record too yesterday. I left it.
Oh, you should have picked it up. We could put it up in the studio. Just because we argue about this shit all the time.
But now, look, I want to ask y'all something real quick. Now, because, you know, there's been a lot of talk about vinyl. Like, so what is both of y'all opinions on DJs who don't spin on vinyl?
Don't spin on
Who
vinyl?
don't spin vinyl? Are you still a DJ?
Yeah, you're still a DJ.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
At first, I was ignorant and shit like that, and as you get older, you're like, I don't give a fuck what medium you choose. Just like you said, just do a good job at it and respect it. Yeah, you know what I mean. Do it because you love it.
I'm against record stores putting the price value on fucking vinyl.
Yeah, the vinyl right now is insane.
Crazy.
Like I'm not gonna say no.
In 2 months, we've been to about maybe 7 stores, maybe.
And a convention,
in a convention.
a record convention.
For a Bismarck 45, $75. You fucking killing me or what?
Yeah.
I guess that's because
Okay, passed
somebody
away.
is,
Right. Well, but still, and then
now
a lot of this stuff is repress.
A lot of it's
right.
but you know what's
Yeah,
crazy?
yeah.
I'm looking now. I was looking past couple of days of record stores we went to. I'm looking through. I'm like, damn, I got 6 copies of this shit at home.
Right.
I need to sell these
Some
shits
shit.
myself.
Yeah.
I got a couple grand on my wall that because a lot of my stuff is still sealed because I have so many extra copies of the shit. Yeah. So I told him, I'm
I
gonna
got
go home and
better
start.
forget it.
I'm gonna get an eBay page up and just and when they sell, they sell.
No, I mean, just because you don't pay vinyl, you're not a DJ. I don't.
What do you? Because so I did VH1 Master the Mix, the DJ show.
Right.
Okay.
10 years ago, I was on that.
Yeah.
The first one?
Third one.
The third one.
The biggest
Who
one.
else was on that? we know?
M Squared,
M Square.
He was on season 2.
Season 2. See?
I was on
So season
three.
2.
Infrared.
If it was on 1.
He was on infrared. Yeah, he was on
on 1.
Yeah.
There was on 1. Yeah. There was 1 infrared and
M
Square
Square
was 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were 3. So now we
because
got
of
3
season 1
DJs
and
we
2,
know.
season 1 and 2 was on BET, and it was only 30 minutes.
Okay.
So when they got to season 3, it was on VH1, and it was an hour.
Okay.
So that's when they got to season 3, they I guess they got some more money behind
Right,
it.
right.
So that was the one I was on. But Kid Capri was
Still judge,
the
right?
host,
The host, I think, right?
and then it was they were bringing guest judges. So like DJ Irie from here, he was a guest judge on the Miami episode. But that was 10 episodes. I made it to episode 7.
Okay. Dope.
But on it, one of the guys was DJing from an iPad. And this is 10 years ago. So 2013, it was like, I remember just like behind, like in off camera filming and conversation and everything. And everybody would like kind of like be like, is he really a DJ? Because he's using this iPad to play. And of course, even me at the time, I was like, that's not real DJing. That's not it. But okay, when you say, well, what is a DJ?
So, I mean, I remember seeing the episode. So was he playing the music from his iPad? Or
Yeah.
what was he using as a
Apparently,
control?
he was controlling it from, and he was like some genius kid. I forgot.
Well, we have friends like that too.
Yeah,
That-
but he was controlling this shit from his. Now, like you can do it on an app on your phone now. But
Right.
10 years ago, it
Yeah,
was
it
so
was on
like the
iPad.
nuance of it was just nobody had seen
Right.
it yet. And he comes in and he's doing this shit, and it's like it's working. So how do you?
What did he use to control the music from?
Everything was from the iPad.
It was all
Everything was from the
on this-
iPad. I
on
remember
this
seeing
thing.
that. There was also one with a female DJ that she got all her music from iTunes. And I think they gave her a hard time about that too for some reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But she was like, "But I'm purchasing the music. I'm doing it legally. I'm respecting the artist." And they still
Right.
gave her a hard time about.
Right.
And I was like, I don't understand. I was like, if you get it, doesn't matter where you get it from.
Yeah.
Right.
Obviously, the quality has to be good.
So does it matter what you use? What hardware you use?
Nah.
I think
because-
now it's done changed so much right now because we know DJ Danny S. He's who uses his phone. There's an app on his phone.
Yeah, Danny S was playing around when we
his
when
phone.
we interviewed him
Yeah.
in New
and
York.
stuff
He
like
was-
that. And we know DJ Freefall uses USBs. His music
Right.
and stuff like
Right.
that.
Yeah, some
He
dude
just-
show up with a little man purse,
So,
2 USBs.
yeah, put them in and,
Put 'em in,
and
that's
just
it.
go.
Done.
Right.
And stuff like that. Yeah.
So now,
I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep it a buck right now. You never gonna see me with one of them shits on. I can't.
We saw more man person in that one store this week.
We saw. If it, I don't know if you rock one, but
I do not.
okay.
Just saying.
He's too
All I'm
fly for
saying
that. He's too fly for that.
just-
At the end of the day,
Just not me.
This is me. I'm not judging other people because I don't like people that judge other people. But as far as me, I would never wear one. But we
I just bought you one for
we
your
saw
birthday,
3
too.
dudes. You bought me one for my birthday. We saw 3 dudes yesterday. We went to check out Khaled's sneaker store in South Beach. So we saw 3 dudes that had on the man purse or the satchel, like Hangover, right? But they girls didn't have one. So
Yeah,
they
no
was holding
purse at
their
all.
girl shit and they shit. You know what I mean?
Maybe, I don't
It's
know.
like, babe, give me my phone.
Hold on, let me grab it real quick. I just can't picture myself lifting up a flap.
Oh man.
It's like the belly.
Right, right, exactly.
Hey, if it works for some people, hey,
That's what I'm
you know
saying. If they
I mean?
if they like it, I love it. But for me
Yeah.
personally, it's just not for me. Yo.
yeah, nah, me neither.
All right, if
I
you
do see that episode you saying because I want to see he use his phone.
with the
Right.
iPad, yeah.
Right. So the music came from the iPad.
Yes, he had everything there.
So what he played? So what was he playing with? A controller?
Everything was right here.
Yeah.
He was right here.
There were no controllers yet.
Yeah, there was no
Right, okay,
controls.
so,
No
yeah.
controllers.
Everything
back
was on his iPad.
Yeah.
He probably came up with a program for something.
Yeah, yeah, he
or
was like
you
one
know,
of those type
She
people,
probably
so-
owns the fucking program now.
He might be.
Yeah.
Everybody was laughing at us, but
Yeah.
All right. So if you had a choice, the choice is yours, right? Club party, house party, or a corporate party, all the same day, all the same bag, but you have to choose one. Which one would you choose?
And the equipment's already there.
all the same equipment.
Yep.
All the same
Everything.
equipment.
Everything.
So it's on your right.
Your
now,
rider.
so,
Yeah.
The M&M's too.
Eminem. Right.
Oh wow, that's a tough question right there. Probably the club party
Why the club?
because at the house party, I'm not gonna have a waitress to get me my drinks. At the corporate
there might be
party,
an auntie there though.
nah. That's my cousin do the aunties. I don't do aunties.
Oh, he did the aunties.
Oh, man, that's
sorry,
fucked up.
sorry.
He's the take one for the
Sorry.
team guy. We all got to take one for the team guy.
That's why I be trying to tell him, like, hey,
He just ain't accepted yet.
He's like, you can't carry no quick. There's no place to carry.
Right.
But you take it one for the team.
You gotta take one for the
take
team.
one for the team, though. I wouldn't. Okay, not the house party because I wouldn't have a waitress. Not the corporate party because if I wanted to smoke, I'm 420 friendly, so I couldn't smoke at the corporate party. So the club party.
Okay.
Because you say it's all the same money,
Yeah, same money,
same
same
bag.
bag,
same
bag. Yeah.
amount of time.
It's just your
Yeah.
preference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
preference.
Yeah,
And stuff
probably
like that.
Club party, yeah.
And stuff like that. So we got a two-part question. So the guy you DJ with on the doo-wop party, who's that DJ again?
Oh, that's my homie DJ Vibes.
Javon. I remember with the music. I couldn't really get his name.
Mm-hmm.
So say
who I mentored for like 5
mentor?
years, by the
Dope,
way.
dope.
Yeah.
Okay.
So say you have to go see a DJ's in town.
Mm-hmm.
Never seen a DJ before, but the same day is your doo-wop party,
Mm-hmm.
and you and your DJ partner are not available. Okay. What's the DJ you go see to leave that party behind?
And what DJ would you use to cover
Cover
your
you.
at doo-wop? Who would you trust with your crowd? You don't have to give one. If there's a couple, that's cool too. But is there a DJ that you trust with your crowd?
And what DJ you gonna see?
What if there's a dream DJ that you want to see that you haven't seen yet and you want to see him spin?
That I haven't seen yet.
Right.
No, I've seen pretty much seen and or spun with. I've spun him with Capri. I've spun him with Jeff. I haven't played with D Nice yet.
Okay, so say D-Nice is here for final last DJ set in his life.
Club Quarantine is in the building.
Final Club Quarantine. Yeah, I'd have to go see that. And then
Who would you trust with your crowd?
Effect for sure. LS1. A lot. I mean, there's a lot of like the era that I came in. It like everybody was dope. Like Mummy, Entice.
Entice. He's
Top
the
Feeling, like a lot of, I'll tell you, it was a special time, like 2008, 9, 10, like the club guys from back then that I was kind of like the new guy coming in.
Yeah.
Everybody was dope, man. Ant-Man, fucking, again, Ferg Fresh, like all these guys were like top tier. It was almost like the execution was almost like everybody was dope. So in terms of like, I'll any one of them, Eps, like any one, I'll call and be like, "Yo, hold me down. I gotta go see this
check this
Club
out."
Quarantine
Yeah,
shit real
absolutely,
quick." Like, but yeah, that's again, that's a benefit and the blessing of coming in the game when I came in the game and being exposed to the
everybody.
guys who had been doing it so long before me and kind of knowing how and what not to do, what to do, what not to do in terms of how to navigate this industry out here.
All right, let's go with this one. We haven't done it in a while. So order of importance. All right.
Not my importance. Your importance.
Okay.
All right.
Before marriage.
For marriage, for a girl, for kids, whatever, whatever situation you're in. Bottle girl, bartender, groupie, or a hookah girl? What would be your order of importance?
And you can't do a cousin in there right now. Cousin's on his own.
Yeah, he's on his own. He's over there with Auntie in the corner.
Order of importance to in terms of what, like a night, the night.
Yeah, let's say the night.
Did you throw? Was the last one you threw in there?
The hookah girl, because that's the
No,
new
but-
shit now.
That's some new shit now, but let's take her out because there was no.
When he came up, there was no
He came
hookah
up. There was
girl.
no hookah girls coming up.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
true.
So bottle girl, bartender, or groupie?
And there was no social
Because everybody
media.
got groupies.
Bartender,
Okay.
then the bottle girl. I guess then the groupies. Just,
Because back then we didn't have social media, so groupies were your
The
social
groupies
media.
with the social media, yeah, they were your word of mouth.
That's what Curry has a lot of kids.
Hey yo, yeah, let's not talk about that. I got three baby mamas.
oh man.
Including my wife, she hates when I call her that.
And I got
but she-
3, so it's 6. We got a team going
Fucking
on.
Brady brunch. We had good
We
times.
should,
though.
we should have
Yeah.
a Brady Bunch picture with those.
With all our kids in the
No,
office
with the baby mama.
with the baby mamas.
Oh shit.
So you trying to get us sued
that's,
for real?
that's a sponsor.
The baby mama sponsor.
That's not the sponsor. Shit, we sponsored them.
No, I ain't sponsoring nobody.
You know what I mean?
Oh shit. Any final words to our listeners and viewers?
Anybody out there who's been to any of my events, my parties, and supported me in any type of way over the past 15 years, number one, thank you. Important. Number two, thank you to you guys for even feeling like I was,
Oh, thank you.
worthy of being a guest on here
Right.
and
Of
just
course,
sharing
yeah.
a little bit of my
Right.
history, my story,
Right.
Again, because I feel like I'm doing my part in trying to preserve the foundation of this craft, this art form, and I hope I'm making my predecessors proud, and I hope that I continue to do so. And as cliche as I might be sounding right now, like I really am passionate about what I do, and I love it.
No,
just as much
I know.
now
I
as did
see.
15
I saw it
years
last
ago.
night.
Yeah.
I love this shit. So I tell people sometimes, next to being maybe a pastor or a preacher, the DJ is almost godlike because it's one of very few art forms or professions where you are literally physically controlling people's bodies.
Body, mind, and
right?
soul.
Body, minds, and soul, and that is godly almost. It's godlike, when you can play a song, say something on a microphone, and get somebody to take action and do something.
React, yeah.
It's a rare thing, and it's a rare thing to do it at a high level, and then to make 500 people do it at the same time. Like it's I don't think that's something that
Should be taken lightly.
could
yeah.
be taken lightly,
Yeah.
or taken for granted. So I put a post up the other day, and I said that never take for granted getting paid to do something that you love. Passion is a virtue, and I'm very passionate about this shit. So yeah, I love it.
I want to thank Rated R from linking us up together. Stuff like that. as
Oh
well.
yeah, shout out to Rated R. Man.
Shout out to Rated R,
He's
yeah.
somebody that's always been like genuine with me from the time I met him. I love that dude right there.
Yeah, shout out to Radar. He's a good dude. I know him for
Years.
my
I know
God,
for years.
yeah, 20 years at least.
Wow.
Yeah, a little bit more than that. I know for.
At least.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Anybody want to book you? How do they contact you?
You can email me. You can call me fly at Gmail. Spelled regular. You can call me fly at Gmail, or hit me on Instagram, a fly guy.
Okay.
I was gonna say hit me on Twitter too, but now what's the shit's called
X.
X now?
Yeah,
X,
Like,
yeah.
hit me on X.
Yeah, that shit turned
That's
into
just
that
wild.
shit turned into a
So
porn
there's a whole new
site.
logo and everything. Yeah.
That shit turned into a
that's
porn site.
wild,
Yeah.
yo.
It's
That
an X.
shit's
It's a
crazy.
black box and an X.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's
that
crazy.
shit, what's
But
going on
see-
there is crazy.
But now you see what happens when you own something. You can do what the fuck you want.
Yeah,
Do what you want when you own some shit. So yeah.
I think the
Bird went away. Talk about
The bird flew away. The bird said,
bird gone.
bird said I'm out this bitch.
The bird said, I'm out. Out of
Nah,
here.
this shit ain't innocent no more. It's literally that X.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's like it's crazy. But all right, cool. So we would like to salute DJ A Fly Guy for sharing his stories on Respected DJs podcast. Many thanks to you, our loyal listeners and viewers. And as always, we have another exciting episode coming up. Stay tuned until then. I've been your host, DJ Khaled, alongside DJ Junebug for Respected DJs podcast.
This special Miami edition.
That's
And
it.
we are
We're on
out.
the
Peace.
road. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Street Dreams Music Group. Play that. Play that. Play that.
DJ LS1, a luminary in the world of music whose artistry and mentorship have left an enduring impact. As a Grammy Award-winning DJ, LS1's contributions to the industry stand as a testament to his unparalleled skill and dedication. Beyond his achievements, LS1 has served as a guiding light and mentor, shaping the paths of aspiring DJs and artists. His commitment to nurturing talent showcased a legacy that extends beyond the turntables. DJ LS1's influence continues to resonate, inspiring countless individuals to reach new heights in the realm of music and paving the way for future generations of artists. DJ LS1, Respect the DJs podcast, salutes you.